Yes, good afternoon and welcome. First semi-final this here this afternoon, and we are looking forward to hopefully a game, a good game. Weather probably not like we had yesterday, and more like what we had the previous weekend. But don't think that will worry either the Belmont Lions or Bell Post Hill out there today, because they've got one aim, and that is obviously to win through and survive another week in the 2025 season. Again, back in the box, and on Father's Day, I welcome you, Grub. Welcome.
G'day, boys. G'day, viewers. G'day, listeners. And to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. I hope you're as lucky as me. Oh, some magnificent presents. The eldest son gave me a donut. He went round and got it this morning, which I ate. The other son, he's still in bed. But me beautiful daughter, she got me some nice shirts. So I've done pretty well there.
Good on you, mate.
And I tell you what, this is, glory or mothballs today for these two sides. I don't know who's going to win. I might sit on the fence again today. I don't know. But one side's going to go through to the prelim final. The other side's mothballs for the year. And I tell you what, it's very tense around here. I've been around both camps. They're both very tense. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. Don't expect great football. We haven't had great football. It's just the pressure, just the desperation. But let's hope we get a very, very close game and may the best side win.
And also joining us here this afternoon, Arch. I'm not too sure whether you're a father, or do you know whether you're a father or not? Or...
Oh, I'm not a father just
But
yet.
welcome back, mate. Good to see you on a Sunday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The Saturday, Sunday starting to get the better of me. I'm getting too excited, and the voice is starting to go a little bit. So might have to get a bit more from you today, Grub. I reckon you're going to have to lift your game a bit. But no, I woke up this morning and...
How old's he?
Old enough.
21.
And 63, and he reckons Sunday's getting the better. I reckon I'll be asleep halfway through the second quarter on that bugger.
Woke up this morning though, Smithy, and I was a little bit worried. Saw the rain and the wind, and they would come out here though, and it's all cleared up. So hopefully some good footy today, and we'll get a good high scoring contest.
Well, I woke up past 5 this morning. It was blowing a gale. Got out of bed at 6:30 and went to work, and it was as still as can be. And I'm thinking this is going to be all right. But the outside, you just looked at the sky and you knew that something was going to start to brew, and it's just started to roll in the wind again here, which we generally expect out here at St Albans this time of the year. And again, it's going to obviously play some part in the game this afternoon. But
you must be getting on too, really, because really, you know why the wind stops? Because you're inside, you idiot.
No, I'm just saying, when I got outside, it was bloody magnificent. Jumped in the car.
Got into the pub, there was no wind at all.
I reckon I could have driven to work with the window down today. There was just not a solitary breeze. It was generally quite warm out there.
I know, you went past me about 140 kilometres an hour going home last night.
And who made it to my turn up before I did? You by a long way.
Well, that's because you got caught on the inside.
Inside lane.
I did a Kingston town and come down the outside.
Grubby was finding spaces in behind me and then traffic going past him. I don't know how he got his car in and out of some of those positions.
It's only a little car.
Oh, I saw that. It had to be. Anything bigger wouldn't have got through. But anyway, we're going to do something a little bit different this afternoon. And we've got the Whitley medal coming up on a Wednesday night. And I'm going to put these blokes on the spot here this afternoon.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to make you tell me. I'm going to go through club by club. And I'm going to get you to give me their major vote getter for this season.
You're going to spring that on us now?
Yep, I've had all morning to think about it myself sitting at work while I've been having a coffee and getting everything organised.
You have got to be kidding.
No, I'm not
Why
kidding.
couldn't you have told us this yesterday?
Because I only thought about it this morning.
Well, text, what's the phone for?
Well, I usually rely on you to get us an interview, and you said Riccardi wouldn't come in. So,
no, I didn't.
No, you did. No, you said you couldn't find him, and I said he was tied up with their reserve
on the bench there.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. As I said, we don't mind that, but I'm going to throw it right upon you right now. Anarchy Ruse, I want you to tell me who you think their major vote getter will be. I'm going to write this down.
You go first, and I'll go.
And I'm going to take this sheet with me to...
How you going?
Take this sheet with me Wednesday night and see how close we can all get.
All right. Well, Anarchy Ruse, I think they've got a few chances. They've got Bosley's kicked 70-odd goals. So I reckon he's going to get a fair few votes. I reckon they've had a few blokes come in who have played not all year that'll get some votes in young Mawson, not Jesse. What's the other kid? Is it Josh?
Josh Mawson.
He's played some games good enough to get votes. But I'm going to go straight out. I think the winner will come from Anarchy, and I think it'll be Luke Dalhouse. He's going to be my tip for the medal. Right. I think he's the best player in the comp, and I think he deserves it.
Okay.
I'm going to cheat a little bit here, Smithy, and look at the amount of times the players got in the best.
Oh, hang on. You can't go and do that.
I can do what I want, Grub.
Well, I can't.
And Dullhouse got in the most out of Anarchy and the most in the league draw with Michael Culliver from Werribee, and he got in 14 times. So I'm also going to go Lukey Dalhouse.
Righto. I'm going to go a little bit different. I reckon Bosley will score pretty genuinely out there.
Well, that's not different to me.
No, well, it's not a lot different, but I'm just saying you're giving a rundown. I just want you to give me one selection so I can run through, and then I'll ask you who's going to win at the end. But you've already decided that's going to be
That's not.
That's all right. That's all right. All right, we're going to the Bannockburn Tigers now. Give me a name.
No, I'm not doing it no more.
Why not?
Connor Jervis.
Connor Jervis, righto, Arch.
Grub.
I just think he's probably the only one that'll pull some votes out, enough votes to go anywhere near it. I just can't think of any other players.
When you look at their season, as I said, he's probably they've had blokes that have played well in different spots. I'm just going to put Reece Jidd in there. I reckon he might. He's not an outright star, but I tend to agree that Jervis will be a high winner. But just for someone a little bit left of centre, I'm going to say Reece Jidd.
Not sure he'll actually poll a vote.
Might not.
So,
might not. A bit different in the club best, fairest.
yeah, but we're not talking club.
I know
best
that.
and
I
fairest.
understand that. But you're going to say Jervis as well?
Yeah.
Righto. We go to Belpost Hill, and I don't suppose you know who I'm going to put in there.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put him in. I'm going to put two of them in. I think there's two chances from there. I think Basely's a big chance, and I think Dylan Whitney's a big chance too. He just gets a lot of kicks, and I think he's a chance to go there too. And I'm going to put Cozzy in, because I just talked to Cozzy. He's a bloody good bloke.
Yeah, no, he's ripping Blake.
I reckon Whitney and I'll just go Whitney because it's going to be Whitney and Basley.
Let's throw Jake Norman in there too.
Jakey Norman.
Right, because
Righto.
man's a mate of mine.
This will be interesting
Josh
because
Norman.
this will Harvey Norman.
Jimmy.
The Belmont Lions.
Oh, that's really tough. That's really tough because they play like team football. Do blokes stand out every week? How many games has Beasley missed? How many games has Wilson missed? A lot of them have missed games here and there. But I think the bloke that'll poll the most votes there might be Mitchell. I'm going to have a look at Mitchell.
I'm going to go Braden Eddy.
Yeah.
I reckon he's one of the most important players, and I reckon the umpires will see the amount that he impacts the game as well.
Well, I agree with both of you because that was my first and second choices. I've already written that down. I think he's probably a bloke that you see more of. He kicks out a lot from the full back position, Mitchell, and I reckon he's worked through the midfield. He gets a lot of the balls, and I reckon he's underneath the umpire's eyes a bit. Wilson on the wing was the other bloke because he's a little bit flashy.
That's what I said, yeah.
He's just got that little bit of X factor, I suppose, about him. He's always trying to sell a bit of candy and getting around the blokes coming at him. So I reckon he might be someone that you can look at.
So just on that, it's very tricky, isn't it? When you play, you get a bloke that takes all the kickouts.
Yep.
Right. So I used to not put him in the stats. Alex did.
Yep.
Because to me, it's a free kick that you don't deserve. Right. But if you get a bloke that does the kickouts and has 7 kickouts and hits 7 targets, all of a sudden you've helped your team a lot. So maybe you should get votes for it because of the way you dispose of the ball. It's tricky, isn't it?
It's like when they accumulate possessions in the AFL now. They can have 10 kicks in the half back line before they move forward.
Yeah.
And one bloke hit 3 times. Now, I don't find that. As I said, I know it's a possession, but gee, I tell you what, they get it pretty easily. That's why
What
they
do you
can
think
wrap
they
them
should
up.
change the rules on that? The kick has to go forward.
Well, I just
Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying. I just think that in the old days it was never done that much. As I said, it was always maybe chipped around, but 1 or 2 times, and then the coaches were pretty adamant that we had to get the ball out and get it moving down the ground. It was because the more time you spent back there, and half the time they go from the half back line to the full back position, and you've gone back 40 metres and put yourself in immense trouble.
Sometimes they do try and switch it though. They'll go short.
Oh yeah,
just try and
that's
switch the
fine.
ball across.
But how many times do they go across, come back again, and go back the third time?
Yeah.
Well, what you're saying is that a bloke like Greg Williams gets 45 possessions, and they're 45 real
Quality,
possessions.
absolutely.
You know, whereas these blokes today get 40
Sheasel
odd,
getting
and 20 of
53,
them are rubbish possessions.
Yeah.
You know, but
When Diesel gave a handball, you're right, Grub, it was for 15 metres away, and he was never a chance to go and get it back again because he was too
that's
far
right,
away.
because it was going through the goals
Yeah,
to finish.
absolutely.
You know, and gets 48 in a game and doesn't even get a Brownlow vote. Cost him being a triple Brownlow medalist.
Righto, out at the Devil's Playground. Who do we
Whoa.
think out there? I reckon I know who you'll put.
Yeah, it's usually pretty easy because you've usually got Joel and you've usually got Jamesy, who I don't think had the greatest season of all time this year. I've got 2 out there. I like Toby Bennett.
Yep.
I think he's going to, he wants to win it this year because I'm not sure he'll be there next year. Russell Cowan, I like. You knew that. I like him. He gets kicks early, has a bit of a snooze and gets kicks late. That's my old mate Podge used to do that. He won 2 Ivan Tansing medals. Yeah, Russell Cowan, Toby Bennett. And as I say, I hope Toby goes well because I don't think he'll be there next year.
Well, I've put those two down myself already, but
so they're the easy options, I reckon. So Cowan and then Bennett, but also I reckon Herschel Carr will get a few votes. Especially we can guarantee he's going to get 3 votes. Probably that game he kicked 10. When they Werribee they lost to.
It depends. Yep. It depends how the umpires give votes. Right, like Werribee won easy, and they're probably gone in there. If they find out that he's kicked 10 before they give the votes, they'll give him. But if they don't find that out, they won't give him 3 for that.
Did he kick 4 in the last quarter that day too?
5, I think.
5, was it? So he's got them late. So that's going to be right here in their minds when they walk in the door.
Well, it also might be in their minds that it's junk time and we're not giving them to him. And
well, again,
you don't know how they think.
That's true. And we don't want to take that option up either. East Geelong.
East Geelong. Wow. I got to really think. I might have to go to Archie first there, I think.
You can put your mate in if you want to.
Well,
he missed a few games, Sammy, hadn't he?
Yeah, he did early. When he played, Sammy Lowe is a vote getter. But I tell you what, Johnny Mitchell hit the note on the head yesterday. He's got a lot of kicks where he kicked it back sideways. I think a lot of the times he would have been a bit more team advantageous if he had gone straight down the ground. But he gets a lot of kicks. Easter are more of a team side, a bit like Belmont. There's a lot of players that play well every week. I reckon Beardsall stands out when he runs down the back line, and Sammy Lowe does the same. They're my 2 there, but gee, there could be anyone come from there.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Zach Smith. I think.
No, don't talk rubbish. You don't talk absolute rubbish. He's your cricket coach. There's no chance he can.
You don't think he might poll the most votes?
You're an idiot.
I think he's a chance. I think Jake McLean's one that we missed as well. I think he played pretty well most of the season.
I can't wait till we get to Thompson.
And Beardsall. I think would all be pretty good. What about you, Smithy?
I'm going with my mate McIntyre. He's a proven vote getter, and he's also the other one I thought was Austin Mulville this year. I thought he's been really good. So they're the 2 that I'd be looking at.
See, that's when you're springing upon me. Me brain's
I
too
know
old.
It is tough, as I said, but we had to have some discussion point here this afternoon.
I can't remember, but yes, if I had to remember, Johnny McIntyre's definitely in for me.
Yeah, Johnny McIntyre's been good. As I said, he has missed the last 2 or 3, so we want to be a bit in front if he does get to that stage. Geelong West, difficult this one. This is the one I really struggle with.
Don't know there'll be many votes out there.
There's dead silence.
Well, as I said,
what do you think, Grub?
We've spoken about
Jackson Collins.
He's the bloke, but again, I think he missed quite a few games early. So
he still played 17 games in the end.
Oh, did he?
17
there you
games
go. I thought he missed more than that. I thought he was out injured there for a good spell. So he's one that would come to mind. The bloke, I reckon, I'm gonna. He's probably going to maybe not get the most, or he'll probably get the most.
You're going to go Sondergeld.
No, I'm going to go Alex Blair. For the first half of the year, he was the bloke that was regularly in there goal kicking and was playing well. So I'm going to put, he's only played.
How many games he played?
8 games.
He's only played 8 games.
And you're giving him a chance to win it.
No, I am saying he is going to be the one that will get the most votes for West.
I'm not playing it anymore. This is ridiculous.
Well, out of the 8 games he played, he kicked 22 goals. And he was in the best 5 of those occasions. But
so that's under 3 a game, and you're putting him in.
I reckon he'll be the one. You tell me some names. You give me some. I'll run some names past you, and you can tell me.
None.
Sondergeld and Collins would be.
There's actually none that I think can go anywhere near winning it.
No, I didn't say winning. I said I want you to know who the best, the most votes, someone who would provide the best for their side. Pullen's was in their better players. Rowett's been in there. Lima's been late. Buckwell's been there. Sondergeld's probably been one of their most prominent performers through the course of the season. You're not going to put one up there for them, Grub?
No.
Righto.
I'll tell you why, because it would have been Collins.
Yep.
But when's the last centre-half back, full-back that's polled a lot of votes? That's probably what stops Toby Bennett from getting the way we went forward. But very rarely does a full-back or centre-half back. He's been their best player all year, Collins, but I don't see him getting a lot of votes simply because he's of the position that he plays. I don't know whether there'll be many
that's
players.
I think Sondergaard will probably get more votes just on what Grub is saying because he's a position player.
I'd prefer
that's
to
gonna
concentrate on their best and fairest for this exercise.
Yep.
Yeah.
I reckon. You know.
So, Collins is going to win their best and fairest.
Out the Hawks, Inverleigh.
Gee, I didn't see much of them. But the time we went out there, I wasn't there. I was crook. Obviously, Dalton Grundle has played most of the games. He'll always get some votes. A real vote getter used to be Bowie Collins, but I'm not quite sure he had a great season out there with the injury and suspension.
He missed a lot.
So, Dalt.
Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Poodle.
He will poll votes, Wilson.
Yum.
Yeah, Bacon. Well, I've only seen him play much. I'm going to go Wilson and Grundle. I don't know if a bloke will poll votes early for kicking goals might be Mason Dixon. But next year, maybe Donahue. He'll be back, won't he?
They tell me.
Big chance. Hope so.
Head back that way.
Hope so.
I think Jared Love will poll pretty well for Inverleigh. And I think Poodle Wilson.
Right.
But also, one thing about Poodle is pretty weird. As a ruckman, only kicking one goal for the year. It's probably one of the areas of his game. You want to try and
if he doesn't
get more
if he
involved.
doesn't get the 3 votes for the day they played Belmont Lions, the day we saw them,
exactly.
I'd be very
I know.
surprised.
You didn't even give him 3.
Nah, but I'm just saying.
I did. But you didn't.
Who did I give it to?
Oh, some bloke that played half a game. I don't know. But you didn't give him the votes.
I'm going to have a look at that now.
I did. You two didn't. And now you're saying that the umpire should have.
Well, I'm just saying that's what he stands out for.
But you didn't give him them.
I mean, that must have been the early game that they played. Did we see them twice?
I don't know, but
Well, if it was the day out there, I gave Mitchell, Eddy, and Wilson votes.
That's
then
right.
Put Poodle in there.
And now you're saying that if the umpires don't give him the votes, there's something wrong.
Oh, well. There you go. North Geelong.
North Geelong, I think there's only the one. I know Disney will poll right early. There's a few blokes that'll take some votes. George is hard because he's up the back line. It's hard to get votes. But Tommy Swennerson may win the medal all told. He'll be in my top 3 or 4 tips, and he's the one from North Geelong for me.
Yeah, I don't think he can go past Tommy Swennerson, so I'm going to go
he's
for
been
him as
good
well.
all year. As I said, I tend to agree there. So that's one club that we all agree that Tommy Swennerson will be the better performer in the vote count. Thompson Tigers.
Gee, they've had players come in and out all year, those poor buggers, haven't they? You know, that's going to be so hard for them because anybody that got a run on and got a few votes under their belt got injured. And so I don't know.
I think there's one, and I reckon he's actually a smoky for the Whitley medal as well.
This would be good.
Geordie Camp.
I agree.
I reckon I seen game tear it apart and where he single-handedly brought Thompson back in the game, and nearly that game against East, it was the most underdone side I've ever seen come out. They would have had 13, 14 reserve players playing, and he nearly dragged them over the line and beat East Geelong, which was nearly at full strength at the time. So yeah, I think he undoubtedly will get the most votes, and I think he'll go close to winning it.
I think the bloke you've left out is the bloke you reckon what was King of Thompson or Mayor of Thompson one day. Maxie Della. Geez, you loved him one day. I can't believe you don't say him. My memory ain't that bad, Tyler, is it? I do remember these things. But, yeah.
Would Smets be a chance in his early performances?
I think Smets is a big chance.
Yep.
He's the one that... But you know what? I think he's nearly the best player in the comp as well.
Yep.
If you had a group of 5 or 6 best players in the comp, Billy's got to be in there. And yes, he'll poll votes. He's a very, very good player. And it's hard. If the umpires go on possessions, that's fine. But if they go on good possessions and really enjoy what a player's doing, then Billy Smets will win it because his possessions are always brilliant.
Yeah.
Impact over
Yeah,
stats.
like Rudy Galhouse.
So you're saying Cam ahead of Smets or Smets ahead of Cam?
No, I'm going to go Smets ahead of Cam.
Yep. All right. I like Jordan Cam. I just think every time we've seen him play, he's been well and truly a good performer. So I reckon he's going to be the one that will look, as I said, I reckon he'll poll pretty well. So he could be right up there at the end. Werribee Central's Grubs, your home base.
Well, there's only one bloke I think can do it, is Mick Culliver.
Yep.
But Tyler Crennan didn't quite have the season he's had, but he's finished second twice in a row. So he's a fair chance to still poll some votes.
Did he miss games?
No,
He
played most of the games, and he's sort of in amongst the umpires, and they like the way he plays. But I think Culliver's the main man. And when you talk about Wilson Big Poodle only kicking a 1 goal for the year. I'd like to know how many Paddy Daly's kicked, because there's a big chance he hasn't kicked any.
He hasn't kicked any.
There you go. So you ruckmen don't have to kick goals as long as they play their own game right. But no, Culliver for me from Werribee.
Yeah, I tend to agree there. I don't think there's too many. Not there's too many others, but there's going to be some blokes that will take different times. I think Robinson, again, you're probably right, Robin, saying that he'll get votes. But if you looked at his performance at club level compared to what the league's going to get, he's probably going to be the reverse of each other, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only thing there's a bloke at Werribee that no one really rates because they don't see him enough. He was injured for a long time this year, and the games that they play brilliant footy like at East, he played and played well. And hopefully you can have an injury-free season as Camilleri. He's as good as anyone. I'll tell you what. He just kept getting injured, and he's injured for a long time.
We kept finding.
We saw him. We did see him. Yeah, and remember we got injured it was like the end of the game. Was it the siren went as he kicked it?
Yeah. Werribee play really, really much better when Camilleri's playing, and people don't rate that enough, I don't think.
Yep.
I'm going to go. I reckon Joshy McDonald had a pretty good set. Like from when we saw him,
he did.
I thought he was really good. And I thought the impact. Probably not a high stats player, but he has big and a lot of meters gained as well. He loves to run and take a bounce.
You got to remember with Josh McDonald, he's not a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
yeah.
He's been in the Western region. He's been a gun.
Yeah.
Like he's not just a good player. He's a gun that's coming to the end of his career.
Yeah.
Right, and I would hope they can get one more year out of him. Because this year was better than last year. He got a bit fitter, but he was a gun player.
How old was he?
Oh, he must be. I don't know. He must be 30.
Yeah, right. But other than that, I reckon Paddy Daly, Carlton. Probably Culliver though. It's hard to go past him.
Yep. Yeah. And the final one, the Winchelsea Blues, Grub.
Border Valis. Oh no, he's not. Can't hear me.
Tab Sawney.
Tab Sawney, I'm always going to pick, but I don't think he's going to poll that well. I tell you what, if the coach had played every game, he'd win it by 100 votes. The game, the half we saw him play, he was magnificent. Didn't see him enough, really. Didn't see him enough. And they're really good players, didn't play a lot. Caleb Brown didn't play enough.
Yeah, missed quite a bit, didn't he?
And he's a great player, but I don't know. I can't pick one from which.
Yeah, I just went with Huff. I just thought he's always around the middle of the ground, and I think he's been okay. I suppose you look at that.
Hang on, I forgot Indy Parish.
Yep.
Indy Parish would be my pick.
Right.
He nearly kicked 40 goals for the year.
Did he?
Yeah, from 16 games.
Yeah, he'd be my pick. He's a good kid.
I reckon Cassidy had the best season out of a lot of them for sure.
Who's
Cassidy Parish. I thought he was.
Is that the bigger bloke?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So that's it. And righto. And just as one last thing, who's going to win it, Grub? And I think you probably already said Dalhouse is fairly prominent for yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dalhouse from Culliver. From Russell Cowan is me Smoky. So maybe not third, but me Smoky.
Right.
Two on a Smoky, I'm going.
You go next, Smithy.
I'm going to put my mate up the top, Cabby Basley. I reckon he's a pretty good chance to get some votes. I know he's got some good competition up there, but I think he's had a pretty good season for most of the times I've seen. I'm going to put Bosley in there high because he's a bloke that kicks 70 goals. I think the umpires will take a little bit of notice out there. And probably Brad Mitchell or Michelle.
No. Two and a Smoky.
Sorry?
You can't go three. It's two and a Smoky.
Oh, and a Smoky.
That's sprung one on you for a change, hasn't it?
But, why is Cowan a Smoky when you picked him to win at the club level as well? He's not your Smoky. There can't be a Smoky.
Why?
Why can't Mitchell be a Smoky?
Because everybody else will give him a chance. No one gives Cowan a chance. He's the Smoky.
Righto, I'll put Dalton Grundle in there.
Well, I've already picked him.
Oh. So what do you want me to do?
I've already pick somebody that can't win it, that's been a good player and might surprise.
God, it's pretty frustrating, isn't it? Some of the things we have to deal with in this box.
You just do it.
Right, Arch, I went three names, top three. Actually, I mucked up there. Jordan Cam was Jordan Cam's the
Well,
bloke.
if you're going to go a top three without a Smoky,
Yep.
I'm putting Basley in as third then.
Righto.
And Whitney as fourth.
Righto.
I'll go starting from number 3. I think he'll come third is Andrew Bosley. I think second will be Luke Dalhouse. I think the winner, you could call him a Smoky, but I reckon he's had the best season by anyone. Yeah, he's Jordan Cam.
Righto. That's what it is. They'll take these there on Thursday night. Sorry?
He's kidding.
What?
He's left out Zach Smith.
I know.
And Maxi Della.
Well, that would have been a real. They would have been real smoky.
Yeah,
Smoky.
he could be. Maxi Della
Absolutely.
could have been your smoky arch.
Yeah.
He got a vote one game this year.
So
From
he's
from me.
Oh, that's all right. Was that from you? It was
Yeah,
too.
from me.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was,
from you. Had 3 kicks, 1 handball. You give him a vote.
We're going to take a look at the scoreboard here. It's 8 minutes left to play in this game, and it's 6-8-44 North Geelong. Winchelsea 5-5-35. North Geelong are kicking with the breeze in the final quarter, which is the Buckley's end of the ground. And before we get into having a look at the game here this afternoon, we're going to take a short break and come back. And as I said, we'll go through everything that's going to happen here this afternoon. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a day where the weather might come in a bit heavy later on in the day, but we hope that we can get through with something like we've had at the present time. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Lions take on Belpost Hill. Winner obviously going through, and they will take on East Geelong in the preliminary final next weekend. And the loser, obviously, as Grubby said earlier in the day, they can pack their bags, they can enjoy a holiday, they can do whatever they like because their season will be well and truly dusted. Again, during the season, I'm not too sure. Actually, I was going to have a look to see how many times these two sides would play each other. I know the day down at Belmont, the last game, there was a bit of controversy in the scoreboard, and a game was handed to the side, then was reversed back to Belpost Hill. And as I said, that we hope that doesn't happen here again this afternoon to get to that stage. But we just hope, as I said, this game goes through and it's played in genuine good spirits.
It can't happen.
Can't happen.
I've already spoken to Neville Whitley.
Yep.
I said from now on, if that happens while we're doing a game, we'll go out at halftime and tell them the real scores because Smithy has never, ever, ever got it wrong in his life, ever. Neville said, yeah, all right, fair enough. So if the scores are wrong, I'm going out there and telling them this is the score because you don't get it wrong.
So just on what you said, Smithy, they also played against each other in round 2. They played at Myers Reserve and the victors that day were Belmont 7-8-50, Belpost Hill to 12-14.
Round 2?
Round 2.
You sure?
Yeah.
That was barely. That could be right because it was only. Oh, that was they played each other. No, they played each other late in the year, didn't they? I can't remember. Now.
I just did. Round 2. I thought Werribee Central's played Belmont in round 2.
Werribee Central's played East Geelong in round 2.
Round 1. So who Werribee Central's playing round 1?
Werribee Central's in round 1 played Belmont Lions.
So it's around the other way, Belmont and East. I knew that was.
Okay.
I knew that was close.
Yep.
But anyway, round 2 doesn't matter to Bob.
No.
It's too far, too long ago. And even the last one doesn't matter too long, because where was that played at?
That was at Belmont.
At Belmont, on a postage stamp ground. This is a bit different. I'm not quite sure that matters that much.
So what happens here this afternoon, Grub? As I said, we've looked at both these sides. Belpost Hill, we know they've had a style that they've played here since Gurge took over, and they haven't changed it all that much. There's probably little variances, obviously, in the personnel that's playing, but they do play this ground exceptionally well.
They do it well. They do it so well that I think East might have probably tried and copied it a little bit yesterday and couldn't do it. They did it for the first possession or two and then lost their way and couldn't do it for the third and the fourth, where Belpost still managed to be able to do that coming up the ground and then attack correctly. And East couldn't do that yesterday. I think they've got to come up with another game plan. How do you stop that game plan? There's only one way to stop that game plan. And if the Belmont boys and Brent Vermeulen and young Andy, what's his name?
Walscott.
Andy Walscott, it's pretty much man up. That's the way to stop that. But that's simplified because plenty of sides in that dynasty era, when they were doing it, I know coaches would have come up with man up, but it didn't seem to work too much. And they always seem to get away and get back and get forward and able to get that little pass. But to me, the simple thing is man up. Don't give them a target and then see what they have to do after that. Because if you can't go from one end to the other on this big ground with your plan, it's almost impossible to do it with a plan that you haven't got, isn't it, really?
It's pretty much the old style, isn't it, Grab? Well, you've got the ball, you've got to use it well.
Yep.
And when you turn the ball over, you don't give it back quickly.
That's right.
Pretty much. And as I said, if you can do what North Geelong were able to do a couple of times yesterday, they waited for the mistake to be made, and they didn't muck around with just going slow. They actually put their foot in the accelerator and transferred the ball from one end to the other.
But also the first three quarters, neither team could switch the ball. And I don't think that was because, the players weren't trying to do it. I think they were both set up so well behind the ball that every time they try and switch back, then because it's such a big ground, they're obviously not used to it, they would transition and cut the switch off. They'd go back and forth until you have to go long down the line. I think last week that's something that Belpost Hill did really well. And exposed anarchy was transitioning the ball. So I think if they can use the corridor, obviously last week they couldn't because of how wet it was in the middle. But I reckon if they use it, the middle today, they could really run them off their feet.
So Belpost Hill, they're patient with the ball, and they will take their time in getting it from one end to the other, and even getting it out of defence. They will wait that extra, 2 or 3 seconds to make sure they got their balance. They're not rushed. Whereas East Geelong, I thought, try and rush things yesterday. They did it against Inverleigh the week before, 2 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
They actually tried to push the button and kick quickly, and I don't know whether they had set themselves up to do that. So, look, as I said, Belpost Hill have played this game for some time, so they're going to have to. I don't think they're going to change the way they go about it. But as I said, Belmont Lions need to push up and make sure that they're not getting. There's always one bloke that gets loose through the middle of the ground. They've got to make sure that hole's cut up.
Yeah. Look, I'd just rather simplify it. If you win the toss and kick with the wind, kick straight.
Yep.
But we've seen sides kick with the wind, not kick straight, and put themselves into a bit of trouble. So for God's sake, get it, kick straight, and just keep firing and firing and firing. Against the wind, you've just got to battle and battle and battle, and then you get a chance of the wind and you kick straight. And pretty much, if you kick straight and the opposition don't, you'll beat them. Because it's a whole different game when this wind's blowing down one end so hard.
Just a question for both of you. Do you look at, so obviously Murdoch he's played tagging roles throughout this year, but last week, and then has come into his own game in the midfield. Do you look at him tagging someone from Belpost Hill?
I don't tag no one from Belpost Hill at all. I don't think. I just, and that's in most GDFL. You don't worry about tagging too much. Just get the ball. Just get the ball and kick it to a bloke in the same colour jumper. As soon as you start run with him and move over here and do that with him, you're starting to complicate things. The simple thing is there's a little red thing there. Get it and try and hit somebody with the same colour jumper on. And he does the same and put it through the 2 big 6. That's pretty simple. We're GDFL. Right, I know the AFL have got all these great. Even the AFL could take a lesson out of that bit and keep it simple sometimes. But in finals, keep it simple. Don't try and complicate things because then you complicate it and you don't play well yourself.
Well, that's the thing. You got to play your own game. Now, if during the course of the season they have, I'll not say targeted, but they've picked out some opposition players like Dill Whitney. Maybe even the circuit. Well, you got to two Jones boys, they would have to be blokes that they have to look now. Nick Sheriff's obviously going to go to one of them because he can run with them. They're going to have to find someone else that can do that. But as I said, Belmont Lions have got to a situation where they've got enough players that are good runners themselves that could also concern Belpost Hill. So you don't go away from changing what you've done during the course of the year. You might try something that just as a once-off here today, because obviously there's no tomorrow, so you might play a little tag for 15 or 20 minutes. If it's working okay, you run with it. If it's not working, you change it pretty quickly. You go back to that player being their own or loose himself. As I said, Beasley through the middle, Mitchell through the middle. Vermeulen's probably going to play through half back. Murdoch's been a tagger, but he, again, can get a lot of the ball himself.
Yeah.
And the bloke that I think they have to be careful with is Eddie now.
That's what I was going to say. You play a defensive forward role on him and have someone shut him down.
Pretty much. He's the one bloke you probably would, because he does get the lot. And that was probably evident in their performance after halftime the last time we saw him, because he wasn't on the ground. Now, I'm not too sure, obviously, what injury he had or whether they were just, well they wouldn't have managed him because they still wanted to win the game of footy.
Exactly.
But he's back in there, the side today, and he's a really important player for him. And we'll go to even extent, the big fella up forward, Evans. Again, Grub, we've often spoken about it, having him deep in the forward line, and especially with the breeze. He can, whether into the breeze, they can play him up a little bit further. Yeah, but while he's got the breeze, let him stay back and just be that explosive player out of the goal square. Because as for size, other than McNamara and obviously Bannister are the two now. We know Nick Flaccavento did some good work here 2 weeks ago. But again, I just think they've got to just look at him as being their main option, and then having those smarter players around his feet to get the crumbs to the ball.
That's exactly right. But I would be keeping him down in the forward line and basically moving out as it comes in, because I tell you what, the bloke Bannister will probably get him, and I reckon his hamstring might be a bit dicky. We saw him come off the ground. He's been picked. And I don't know if it's not 100%. Evans, don't make the mistake with Evans that he's just a big bloke who's not quick.
He's quick.
Because once he's off the mark pace in a lead, he's very quick. Yeah. If you've got a bloke with a dodgy hamstring on him, look out. But what he's got to do too, as I said before when I said to keep it simple, kick straight. He missed a couple of goals that he should have kicked last week. You blokes didn't give him a vote for 7 a couple of weeks ago, but he could have kicked 12 that day or 10, So he's got to kick straight. Again, it's simple and it's hard in this win.
And as a key forward,
you've got to kick straight.
He knows his ground better than anyone else, and he used to play it at all.
They keep saying that about Zach Smith, and he kicked 4 points. All this stuff about, they played here. That's bull dust.
You don't think so?
It's just another patch of dirt. It's just another ground that you got to get a kick. Well, the blokes you keep telling me should know the ground well, they keep missing goals.
Another point on Evans, though, you are right, Grubby, but another point on Evans is he's actually not too bad when the ball hits the deck, even for a big fella, you think. But he's actually got good ground skills and he's clean as well, which is so important, especially in the GDFL. When you've got a player who's clean at ground level, you can definitely tell.
Well, you're right, but I tell you what, if they hit him on the chest without hitting the ground, they're a hell of a lot better off.
Yeah, as I said, he's definitely, as I said, I've watched him a couple of times, and his initial movement here is explosive out of the block. So you've got to make sure. And again, it won't be a day where you can just afford to blaze away and think this win's going to do it for them. If they get the ball in there a little bit low, a little bit flatter, then I think it's going to make their job far easier if they can do so.
Well, that's what I've been saying since the start of this broadcast.
Yeah, Hootsma in the ruck last week, Grub. He's not really a tap ruck, but he seems to me every time he wants to get up, he wants us to belt the ball. I'm not too something whether that's how they've planned their game around getting that clearance away from that centre circle. Does he do that again today against a bloke like Liam Merrick, or does he try and change it that he can actually try and palm the ball and get some movement from only players behind him or something?
I would just say to him, improve on his last week's game, because I thought he was taken to the cleaners. Was it Tommy Davis?
Yep.
I think he was taken to the cleaners. I think one of it was, a little bit of it was rustiness, because he's missed quite a lot of games towards the back end of the season. He's now got that one under his belt, and he's got to prove to himself and to his teammates that he's actually good enough. And don't worry about all these taps. You don't tap in here, tap in there. Just get the footy, But as we see, I can't believe Timmy Barton get kept out by a sore finger. You're kidding me. You are kidding me.
What about there? You just low it off to me, I reckon. Yeah, no, we feel sorry for the big fella. He's gone through a bit. He come to finals football. He's had legs taken off and replaced and everything, but now the finger's got him, mate. He just must be just a little bit too much to bear.
It was a pretty bad one.
Yeah, they reckon
Was
so.
it?
I didn't see it out the side of the skin,
Yeah.
but it's not something.
Yeah, but it
really-
wasn't broken.
It's not something you really want to look at either.
No,
though.
I saw it in a photo. It wasn't
did you?
broken.
Oh, wasn't
It's
it?
the tendons were that mangled that the bone came out,
Oh,
but it wasn't broken. So he's had surgery on it
yep.
and still wanted to play.
I suppose.
No,
Can you-
it's too dangerous.
Which finger was it? Was it his little one or the one beside
No
it?
one.
It was the bird. Okay.
It also looked like he didn't get stepped on, did he? Someone punched his hand. Is that right?
Again, I couldn't tell you, mate. I
Caught
don't
in
know.
the jumper. Oh,
I
that's
don't-
the
yeah,
jumper.
yeah,
I don't know how it all happened, but it was something that, as I said, I know I've dislocated a finger, and you look at that and you think that's not too good, but I don't know how that would have looked coming off the ground.
It's got to be cut there and pus coming out of it, veins coming out of it in the photo. It looks really bad. I think any more damage to that, no, you can't risk.
probably would taken it off.
Yeah, you can't risk
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's a bad one. But he still, if they win today, he still wants to play next week.
They brought a couple of blokes into the side. Sean McNamara back into the side. Now, did Lewis McDonald, he played the last one we played him, didn't he? He just wasn't a name I was familiar with and played in their defensive end. So I'm not too sure how that'll go. But anyway, they're back in the side. Sean McNamara has been a prominent part of this defence, Grub, and obviously bringing him back in, they obviously felt that there was a necessity to do so.
I don't know who he is.
Who? Sean McNamara.
Sorry, I wasn't concentrating. I was trying to pick up matchups, but they haven't left the huddle yet. Yeah, good player, Sean McNamara. I'm glad he's back in, actually.
Yes, no, I am too.
Who are the changes? Do we know the changes?
Well, there's only one
Yeah,
change.
McNamara's in, you idiot.
Yes.
McNamara's in, and I can't say who's gone out of the side, but I'll work that out for you shortly.
So
And he-
last week, is like you just said, did McDonald play last week?
Yeah, he did. I
He
reckon
did,
he was
yeah.
a bloke that I don't think I called too much, but I reckon I missed him 3 or 4 times with the call. Luke Mann's come in for Timmy
not
Barton.
you.
It's going to be a long Sunday afternoon for Father's Day, I can tell you. And I hope all the fathers out there are enjoying their lunch or have had the lunch, but we've had a little nice spread before we started, so it's all running very nicely.
It's Jake
But
Wood
players-
out as well.
Who?
Jake Wood. He played last
Oh,
week.
he's out.
Jake Wood's out.
He's out. He was out during the week, yeah.
There's another one.
He's the bloke I'm worried about because of their backup ruckman.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say.
Sorry
Who's
about
gonna-
that.
who's gonna
Yeah, I
chop-
didn't have
who's
it in
gonna
front of me,
chop
and
out?
I just remembered looking at it yesterday. Yeah.
Well, McNamara's come in.
So you're going to have to put Evans in the ruck.
Hootsma played. Pelham played, didn't he? I think. Slorek. Yeah, I look, I honestly can't pick who the other player is coming in.
What?
But we are not far away here from action here this afternoon. All players have moved to their respective positions.
We forgot to go to a break, didn't we?
We went down there earlier, but we'll just... Oh, here it is.
There we go.
Thanks, Steele. Good man.
Entertainment Centre.
So we can tell you here this afternoon that Belpost still are kicking to the Buckley's end, which will be assisted by probably a 3 to 4 goal breeze. I would think it might even be stronger if you get out there in the middle of the ground. And obviously we've got the Belmont Lions going back towards the city end. Their matchups now, they're just starting to work them out. So this will be very interesting. Umpire has ball in hand and we're underway. Both players, the ruckman got his hand on it. Beasley just decides to put boot to ball, runs it into their half-forward line. Coming across there, McNamara, it was Bo McNamara. He couldn't get his hands on the ball and he decided to put his boot on it. But it's been held up once again. So it's in our forward position. East Belmont in attack. Well, Belmont Lions, we're going back a long time there from the ruck contest. Merrick tries to get the ball out. This is what happens when you try and name a club, Grub. Just go the way I'm going. So it's back in there. Umpire's called for it back again. Another ball up will take place. Belmont Lions attacking end of the ground. Ruckman both at it again. Ball comes down, goes towards Murdoch. Out of the contest he comes. Little boot to ball's good into their half-forward line. Flaccavento read that okay. Tried to keep the ball away from his opponent. It's been picked up. Handball goes back inside. Running into an open goal and he's hit the post. And I think that may have been Benny McPherson. So they had a great opportunity there into the breeze, but it's a one behind. And that is the score at the present time. They are one behind. Belpost still yet to score. Only a minute gone by in this first semi-final. And Caleb Basely is doing the kicking in duties from fullback. So basically, he's going to come clubber him side of the ground. Comes out towards Jones. He's up. Doesn't take the mark. Good ball for Mitchell from behind. He gets the little handball back. Then fed the ball further afield into the hands of Marnie. His kick wasn't good going forward. Yates on hands and knees. Picks the ball up. Handballs out the back. Went to Flacavento. Players are taken off the ball there. Picked up by Allen. He got the handball back to McPherson. He quickly puts boot the ball. Back into the attack they go. Mark has been taken out there. And again, Bellpost Hill will steady things down. They look to transfer play this time. McNamara decides to go wide. And that will be out towards Jones. Doesn't take the mark. Has options inside if he picks the ball up. Gets around his opponent and Wilson. Just delivers the ball long. Slorak, he read that nicely but couldn't get to the ball. Ball runs out the back. Pick out there by, I think that's Mayman. And he's been tackled. Costello kicks the ball off the ground, runs inside 50, has a handball over the top. Tried to just a little smart kick over the top. That was nicely done. Handball comes out towards Norman. He kicks the ball off the ground, dribbles it along the ground, and it will be another minor score.
Should have picked it up.
Scores are tied up, and we have gone 2.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
I think Tommy Bryans might be running with Beasley.
So Mitchell, it's going to be to kick out from fullback for Belmont.
Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. He's been there since the first bounce, so he's going to run with Beasley.
So plays on now, runs out to the boundary road side, goes long, looking for his teammate in Eddie, and he drops the mark. You'd expect him to take that. Ball hits the deck now. A couple of players are around it. One of them is Zane Jones. Can't get the ball out now. Bellpost still go forward. Is an opportunity for him just over the head of the player in Man it was. Now ball hits the deck, and they're going to have a stoppage 40 metres out from the Bellpost Hill goal. A bit of wind to contend with today. The flags are blowing a gale, so ball hits the deck now. Neither ruckman won it out. It comes out wide. It might have been Costello. Was trying to get the handball to his captain in Yates, and the ball beats all comers and goes out of bounds. We'll have another ball in 35 metres out from goal now. Looks like it's going to be Merrick and Hootsma for the majority of the day. Ball goes over the top, beats both ruckman. Now hits the deck. Man was involved, and then a kick out from Hootsma isn't the best, and it's cut off coming back the other way. It's going to go to Dill Whitney. So Whitney is going to have a shot from 45, 50. That's with the breeze, yeah, Grub?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have a problem with the distance here. As the sun shines over St Albans Park. So Dill Whitney to kick the first goal of the day of the first semi-final. Gives it a good ride. It goes to the far side. So it's a minor score. So 1 behind to Belmont to 2 behinds to Bellpost Hill. We have gone 4 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Bucket Entertainment.
Mitchell's going to do kicking in as he does for Belmont Lions most of the time. Players have got to the far side of the ground, and the ball now will go that direction. Mitchell's just making sure the ball, he goes out long, caught in the breeze, out the back, mark not taken, at ground level, ball. Jones runs the outside. He was tackled without the ball. He's going to be given a free kick. Oh, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. I thought it was pointed the other way there for a minute. So out in the far side of the ground. So Jones now, he decides to run and carry. That's a long kick going back into their forward line. Mark, not paid. There's a free kick being given again. And it's going which way? Going to Costello. And I didn't see what the infringement was.
Neither did I.
So Nick Costello, a real opportunity here from about 20 metres out. And again, his angle, not all that great to work with, but he's just going to kick straight here, Nick, and get to Bellpost Hill away with their first mojo of the afternoon. Comes in, kicks that goal. Oh, he's run across again.
You don't want to miss them.
Again. So Costello has behind. Bellpost Hill have 3 of them. They lead Belmont Lions, who are 1 behind. We have gone 6 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Oh, both teams missing opportunities early on now. So it's going to be Mitchell. Goes long down to the boundary road side again. That's a good interceptive mark taken. So it's going to come back for Bellpost Hill again. Norman presents with a lead. He might go in the path of him. It goes over the top to Costello. He's got to contend with two, and it's a good interceptive
He
mark.
stood his ground.
Taken by Mayman. So they had the numbers, and they took the mark. He took the mark as he should have.
He may be the bloke that goes into the ruck when Hootsma comes out, Mayman, possibly.
So he's just going to go down. The ball staying on that side of the ground, which will, for the majority of the day, big fist over the top from Bryans, and he sees the ball out of bounds. So we'll have a stoppage 55 metres out from the bell post till goal.
Well, I tell you what, it's remiss of me, especially after the terrific job that the umpires did yesterday, and I'm feeling them about a great job. But today's Timmy Callender, Jake McLeod, and Brad Rankin. Let's hope we get a great display just like we had yesterday.
So the free kick being paid again, isn't
We've
it?
had a free kick, not sure what for, and then we go inside, forward 50, over the top, through the hands of the Balpo still player. Still a chance. Mitchell now throws it on the boot, trying to get it to Evans. Evans, quick kick. Couple of players there. One is Bryans trying to get the ball, and then
What happened
Jones
there?
sees it over the boundary line. I'm not sure. We had a throw in, and then
The reason I brought in there because they were waiting for the boundary umpire. He got all the way down there, and then it was a free kick. There must have been something said, maybe, I don't know. But they were going to throw it in.
So ball back in. 45 metres out from the bell post till goal. Merrick sees it down. Hootsma got it on the boot, and then it was Murdoch over the top. Intercepted now by Yates, comes over the top, and a good mark taken by Hootsma. So he's got to play a big game today. He gives the handball to Mitchell. He's been busy early on. He's got to try and find the right kick here. That's better to Allett. Allett gets pushed in the back. Umpire says play on. And now Flacavento has it. He's going to go out wide to Jones. This is Felix Jones. He's going to try and find a teammate, go back way, this way, that way, over the top now. He's got Cozzy. If he can find him, he can. So Nick Costello is against the breeze here. So it would take a good kick. In front of us in the broadcast position, he's lining up now.
I don't know. If you can lob it out to the left, the breeze can bring it back from there.
So he'd have to kick this 55 metres. Comes in now to kick the first goal of the first semi-final. Nick Costello kicks, and he's never given it a chance. It goes out of bounds on the full. So 1 minus score to Belmont Lions to 3 minus scores Belpo Steel. We've got 8.5 minutes in the first quarter at Buckley's Entertainment.
So again, Mitchell's going to do the kicking and duties, and I don't know whether he'll take it to the far side of the ground or whether he's indicating he's going to come to the clubroom side. Now, again, Breeze not favoured by coming this side, and Mark will not taken out there by Churcott, picked up there, and that was through Wiley, got the handball further afield, and went to McDonald, now ends up with Murdoch. Murdoch got the handball back to Wiley. Wiley's got players outside. Allett's one of those. He can run through the middle of the ground, takes a bounce, looks up, got a little bit of protection there. Ball now kicked into their half-forward line, going back for Shuren, did that nicely, got the handball outside to Bryans, and Belpo still now turn it around and go back the other way, outside to Jones. So Jones now on centre wing, far side of the ground. He's just slowed things up, waiting for a player to go past. Flacavento was that player. Missed him on the overlap. The ball heads towards the boundary line. It has gone over. A throw-in will take place. So centre wing, far side of the ground. What was that for? Oh, I'm missing a lot of football. I don't know whether I'm starting to fail like you, Grub. The eyes can't see that far. Yeah. And I missed that one as well, so I'm not too sure why, but it doesn't matter because Bryans has it. Belpo still trying to get the ball back into their half. It's picked up by Wiley of the Belmont Lions. Outside to Marnie. His kick was smothered. Looks like it's going to come straight back because Jones has picked the ball up, sends it back into their forward line. Coming up, Hootsma from behind the ball. He takes a nice mark and will settle things down again for the Belmont Lions. He can drive it back out on that far side of the ground. Hope he allows for the breeze because it's going to carry right back towards the boundary line. Coming through McPherson. Didn't take the mark. Handball comes out to Churcott. On the boot, it goes back inside again. Ball out the back. Nicely done. And that was picked up out there by Wilson. Got the handball away to a teammate in Bo McNamara, I think it is. And he was tackled and brought to ground. So handball, the ball will go back to the umpire.
What's Bowie doing down there?
Just sneaking down for a look.
They go crowding it up. They need to keep that forward line open.
So the ball thrown up in that area, about 40 out from goal. Strong tackle laid, and again, umpire has to ball that one up because it won't be coming out. So 10.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. It is the Belmont Lions 1 behind. Belpo still are 3 behinds.
So we're 30 metres out from goal now. Ball's up. Hootsma started pretty well. Ball comes out wide. Here's an opportunity for them. It's going to be Flacavento. Takes the player on, then loses the ball. Comes back inside. Good tackle from Mitchell. The umpire says, give it to me. So I have a ball up 45 metres out from the Belpo Steel goal, and they've dominated play early.
Yeah, but they haven't dominated the scoreboard, Archie.
Exactly right. So ball's back up now. Merrick gets it down to Flacadento. He throws it on the boot, and that one is another minor score.
I don't think. Oh yeah, I don't. They've got to kick some goals here.
Well, they do.
You can't just keep kicking points. You've got to kick some goals with the wind.
So you're going to 3-goal breeze, 4-goal breeze?
Well, it could be 5 or 6 if you use the bloody thing properly.
So Mitchell, he arcs his back, kicks long down the line, and the wind takes that. It's going to be out of bounds on the floor. I think they've got to switch the ball, Grub. They keep going on the same side.
Well, if you're defending that side, it's not bad, though, is it?
So it comes back in now, and it was a good interceptive mark taken on that occasion by Marnie. So Marnie has the ball on the half-back line for Belmont. He looks out wide, goes boundary road side again, and it's a good mark taken, come back the other way by Yates. So Mitch between centre wing and half forward. They're going to go inside forward 50 this time. It's a good kick, finds Felix Jones. So Jones has Norman, if you can see him. Probably can't kick that far. Couple of leads. Costello comes at him now, and they've got to make the most of this opportunity. So Felix Jones kicks long, high to the tip of the goal square. Who's going to fly? It might be Norman. Ball comes to ground. They might rush this over, and they do. They're appealing for it, but that's not in the rules, Joshy.
I told you. One day
you reckon they'll play it?
Someone's going to play it.
Maven saw the ball over the line. We've had one behind a Belmont to 5 Bell Post Hill. We have gone 12 and a half minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
So Mitchell now again is kicking in. Far side of the ground, and that's where most of the balls will go. Out the back, Brian's read that nicely, but slipping in beside, I think that might be Allett out there. He's taken the mark, so he's going to transfer back inside. He did that very nicely. Back in the hands now, and it's got Eddie inside. Little chip forward, gain, okay, because Beasley has presented up the ground. Handball goes back to Eddie. He now runs through the middle of the ground, kicks short, goes to find his teammate there and Marnie. Marnie again's got a player outside, Stapleton. So they continue to maintain the possession of the ball. That kick went, I'm not too sure whether it required distance, but only just maybe, because Eddie has pushed forward and he has got the ball. So Eddie on centre wing, Clubber side of the ground, goes wide, and he will find McNamara. Another chip forward again. So possession football so far is good. He's tackled, brought to ground. Has to be a free kick, and it was.
Until there, that was very Bell Post Hill-like.
Yes. So the handball goes out quickly now. Quinn gives the ball back towards centre wing. Ball gets out the back and again runs through the contest. Out the back into the hands of Casey. Had more time than he thought there. Norman comes at the ball. Tries to tap it up towards Jones, but Pelham's there. He gets the ball out to Slorak. Slorak kicks the ball forward into the hands of Evans. Didn't travel that far. Godwin now gets the handball back inside. Basically, handball's back over the top. Then back in the hands of Jordan Flacavento. Goes into the middle of the ground, but a mark taken there. Wilson setting up nicely behind the ball, and he has taken the mark.
5 feet either way, but he's kicked it straight down his throat.
So Wilson now transfers play to the far side of the ground, and Beasley out there by himself. He takes the mark. Wants to bring the ball back inside and does so to Allett. So again, a possession game they're playing. This one has got to be the important kick going forward. He goes out wide, over centre wing. McNamara's best place there. Ball dropped at him before it got to him there. I think Vermeulen got the handball away, put his teammate under a bit of pressure there. Homer comes in, shrugged the tackle, back to McNamara. Outside they go by hand, and they run from defence. Kick along the boundary line wasn't too bad. It's been picked up. Basically has now got the ball. He's usually a good user. Goes forward looking for Norman, and he takes the mark.
Great kick.
So Norman now has the ball. And again, probably not the attacking side you want to be on.
They need another lead here. They need another lead here. And no one seems to be trying to run into any space. But Belmont are now...
Look at the numbers.
Yeah, they've crowded that space up, which is obviously playing great football against the win. And they're winning this game, Belmont. They are winning this game.
Well, they're prepared to work back, Rob, and that's making the difference for them, I reckon.
Yeah.
So Norman now runs the arc a little bit, runs out, kicks back towards goal. It will land across the face. Crosby taking the mark. Is it in the field of play? I think so.
Yeah, no doubt. The goal umpire never even bothered to look. He knew it was out inside the field of play.
So Costello, he's going to go on the left boot here round the corner.
Yeah, you must kick it, Cozzy.
He's got it. Steps out. Round the body he goes, and he likes that one. He's the first goal on the board this afternoon. Bell Post Hill to 1-5. Belmont Lions are one solitary behind. We have gone almost 16 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, he's had 3 shots now, Cozzy, so it's not very often you'll see in a season in a game where he'll have 3 or 4 shots and not get any of them. He knew he had to get one soon. He decided to go on the left boot. Belmont look, as you said, we're working back. They're playing good footy against the wind. I like that Brian's on Beasley. Beasley's had some touches. It won't stop him from getting the touches, but it might stop him from running, and that's what Beasley does the best. A couple of times he's got it, Brian's been right there to stop him from running down the ground. Let's see if that works. With the wind, it may or may not. But I still think Belmont's slightly in front of you.
So umpire's ball in the middle now. Hootsma won it out and then got his own clearance forward. So they're going to go forward now. Belmont. Ball is bouncing and it is gathered by Vermeulen. And then he tries to get the ball back. Coming through was Murdoch. Couldn't quite get the kick away. And now a good handball from Jones. Although Godwin has to go back and get his own ball. And he does. Finds his teammate in Whitney. Whitney moves the ball forward. He's a dangerous spot. That's Hootsma again there. He's had a great start. Gives the handball over to Wilson. Wilson through the middle of the ground. Eddie. Eddie's got a straight line the ball. He does. It's going to be a free kick. So, Braden Eddie will have the free kick in the centre of the ground. He's going to give the receiving handball. He does to his teammate in Vermeulen. So, he's going to go forward. And good body positioning. And the mark is taken. So, it's going to go the way of McDonald.
That's what I like to see. The bloke uses his body, his guts to push him out rather than his hands. They allow you to use your hands these days. They shouldn't. And that was perfectly done to the rules that have been rules of all time.
So to respond to Belpost Hill's first goal, he's got to kick it 50 at least. Arcs out and then goes to a teammate in the pocket. It's not a great kick. It's going to be turned over.
Gee.
So probably should have had the shot in the end. Obviously didn't think he had it in him. So Otto basically goes down the line and finds his teammate in Verschuren. So he's going to move the ball quickly into the middle of the ground now. Norman has it. Just centre wing. Goes to Costello. He's got another teammate over the top who wants him. He's got Wilson. He's going to go on the path to Wilson. He keeps running. He's going to gather the ball. He's going to keep running. He's going to kick a goal.
That's better.
But he's hit the post. He's giving him a push after he kicked it, crashed into the post. Behold the goal, umpire.
And he's kicked the goal. So, 2-5-17 to 0 goals, 1. We have gone 19 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
You just got to love Cossie, don't you? Like, a normal player would have given him the handball as running past. And then you still got to kick it from 45, 50 out. But he didn't handball. He just waited and kicked it perfectly the way he was running. And that was just beautiful play, Nick Costello. It could have gone the other way. Real good footy. But a mistake up the other end going for that short pass. Keep it in your forward line. Lock it in. They gave Belpost a chance to go coast to coast.
So it looks like Wilson doing the ruck work for the Belpost Hill side while Merrick off the ground, and it goes down towards Evans. He is tackled by Yates, brought to ground, and the ball is not coming out of that contest. So the umpire will ask for it back once again. We've moved a little bit from the centre circle, straight across the ground towards centre wing. Again, Ruckman at it, Hootsma up over the top, back towards Evans. Once again, tried to pick the ball up, lost it, went back and collected it. Now he's underneath, and ball not going to come out of it. Another ball up will take place now.
Got a bit of sun in that coming out too.
Yeah,
now,
just don't know, mate. Just might find up grub.
Might become a nice day.
As I said, it can rain all it's like, but just get rid of the wind. That's all I want to see. Ball now from that contest. Yates tries to work it through, but unfortunately, it's going to go back to Hootsma, and he's going to be the recipient of the free kick. So Hootsma right in the middle of the ground for the Lions. Handball goes outside to Eddie.
Terrible handball.
Missed the target there. Harmer puts himself in position to win possession of it. Goes back towards Costello again. Looks up over the top. Screws it around the body. Back towards the goal square. How will it run? It's going to go towards Steele. He tapped the ball towards the boundary line and over. And that was the safety option there.
I feel like if you're Godwin, you've got to appeal for the deliberate.
He did. He did ask for it.
He might as well ask for it because they now call it insufficient attempt, and there was none. But they don't. As long as if you kick it, you're in trouble. If you don't, you're right. I don't know.
So the ball now thrown back in by the umpire. Gee, that's held up in the breeze. Yates does the ruck work. Back to Costello. Off the right boot. Banana. And it's Cossie. Got his second, and Belpo still their third. 3-5, Belpo still one behind Belmont Lions. 21 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
They went to sleep a bit there, didn't they? They went to sleep. You think you can't kick it from there? What a magnificent kick, a magnificent guy. And I think Belpost Hill just hit the front. I reckon they just hit the front, Belpost Hill. I thought Belmont, even though they've only scored the 1 point to, I think it was 15 or 16 then, I still had Belmont just in front with this win. But that one now, 3-5-23, a 22-point lead, probably puts Belpost Hill just in front. Do you want to agree or disagree?
Well, as I said, it's worth 3 or 4, Grub, so that's where they need to be. Yeah. They give themselves a chance and still with a little bit of time on the clock.
Well, 21 minutes, if they kick 2 more, look out.
So we're back in the middle now. Merrick got the tap out now. Goes through the hands of Mayman, which, Grub, you are right. He's going to be the chop-out ruckman. Handball over the top. It was from Murdoch. He's going to get the 1-2 with Mitchell. Move the ball forward. It was not a
Bad
good kick.
again.
You had Evans on, and you also had his teammate Marnie, and he missed both of them. So good interceptive mark on the back flank now for Belpost Hill. He's going to kick the ball up to true centre wing, but it's going to come back the other way. Pelham takes the mark for Belmont.
He's been solid most of the year, this big fella.
So Pelham has McPherson on if he wants him. He's not going to go in that direction. He's going to go to the half-forward flank in the Evans direction. Ball gets over his head. Good handball over the top by Marnie. Then the Belmont player fumbled the ball, and Belpo's still got to defend here. It's in a dangerous territory because Beasley's on the case. He gets it back now. Now the kick's out from Flacavento. Over the top, tapping ball. Got to be careful here. Now the tackle's laid. How's the umpire going to see that?
No,
He's going to say, give it to me. So the ball up 50 metres out from Belmont's goal.
Almost got themselves in trouble then, Belpost.
Always dangerous to kick across goal. We've seen it a couple of times at Belmont earlier in the year. So Evans in the ruck for the time being. McPherson coming through. Couldn't gather the ball when the ball was going to go over the boundary line. As the sun shines on St Albans Park. Perfect day for footy. He's got to get rid of this wind.
Except for the wind, yeah.
Exactly right. So comes back in now. It's Yates versus Evans. Evans tries to grab the ball out of the ruck. He couldn't quite now coming through. Modern basically moves the ball down. And then the sun got in the eyes of the Belmont player. Now they've got some saying condemn with as the ball is going to go out of bounds. So the wind really controlling the ball on that far side. We'll have a ball in true centre wing. The boundary road side. So Mayman in the ruck for the time being. Jostles to the front. Ball comes down over the back now. Opportunity for Vashurin. He gets the ball forward. Now it's a one-on-one. It might be against Slorak. It is, and the ball's going to go out of bounds again. So we're going to see a lot of repeat stoppages today, especially throw-ins on that far side. So Ruckman once again will jostle for front position. We're 70 metres out from Belpost Hill's goal now. Back in, Merrick and Mayman. Over the top, Bashurin comes through, gets the ball forward. Here's an opportunity for Godwin if he can get there. Ball bouncing. It was good body work, although the ball gets over the back and it's going to beat all comers. So have a ball in 25 metres out from Belpost Hill goal now. Must be hard to read as well, Graham, especially for the forwards.
Especially when they kick it high and it's wobbling. It's very, very hard to read. That's where you look at blokes like Costello, who has been around a long, long time and reads the ball very well.
So ball back in now. Getting it down. I think it was a throw. Umpire says play on. So lucky on that occasion it was by Mayman. Now Vashurin might have gather the ball here. He traps it. Now gathers the ball back. It's going to come to Norman. He didn't put his head over the ball, and then it goes forward. Opportunity here. Now it's gathered by, it might have been McNamara, and then handball over the top.
Bad handball.
Missed by Murdoch, and then the ball.
It's too high, Yates. It should be a free kick to Belmont. Too high.
It will be. So free kick to Belmont.
It's got to be a bit careful of that, Yates. You can go in and hit them without hitting them high. You don't want to keep giving free kicks out there. They can keep the ball in their forward line.
So between half back and centre wing, he's going to move the ball up just in front of us in the broadcast position. Coming through was Yates. Now to Eddie. Eddie handball over the top to McNamara. And the umpire's picked out another free kick. It's going to go the way of Eddie. So Braden Eddie, one of the most important players for Belmont. He's on the half back flank. He's going to move the ball to Centre wing, Allett might fly. Coming across, though, is McNamara, and he takes the mark. So he's going to look inboard. It's got to be a good kick. It's not. Now it's put Eddie under some pressure, but he's smart enough to hold it in. So good play from Eddie on that occasion. So we have gone 26 minutes in this first quarter. Currently, Belmont Lions 1 behind. Belpo still 3-5-23.
So Mayman is there doing the ruck work. Merrick also tries to tap the ball out the back, went towards Beasley. Man had it of Belpo still went to his captain, but unfortunately Yates has held up inside the contest. Umpires called for it back. So again, Merrick and Mayman doing the work in there. Fair few players sitting around the contest here again, so ball needs to come out. It does so, and that was through Thompson. Thompson delivers the ball towards centre wing. Coming up at the ball, McDonald try to get the handball away. His handball was smothered, went back towards Jones. Over the top of the ball, he sits now. Umpire again correctly in quickly, and he will ask for it back. Centre wing, club room side of the ground.
Yeah, fair lump of a lad McDonald too.
Yeah, big boy.
Bigger than I thought he was, yeah.
So again, ball in the air, Merrick front position. An infringement there, so free kick going to Merrick of Belpo Still. So he'll be able to drive Belpo Still into attack here. Liam Merrick asked to play on by the umpire now. Kicks long. So not too sure that's where he wanted to go. That was a
Doesn't
pretty good
matter.
grab out
What
there.
a great mark.
I think that's Jones, is it? Felix Jones? No, it's not. It's
No.
Wilson. Wilson. So a good pair of hands there. So Wilson now is kicking a bit out from goal. Goes long to the goal square. Out the back. Ball would be pushed through. Pelham pushed it through for a minor score. So Belpo still now to 3-6. And the Belmont Lions are one solitary behind. We have gone just over 27 and a half minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
So it's going to be Wilson to take the kick in. He so often does.
I think they need another one. I actually think they need another one.
Strong now.
Well, it nearly blew the truck over then.
So Wilson plays on, runs his full measure, and kicks the ball out of bounds on the full, I think. He does.
How many times did we see that in last year's finals happen?
Point of the square you got aim for.
Yeah, you just can't keep doing
So
that.
they're going to roll here. It's going to be Godwin. He's going to move the ball forward, and it goes over the top, and McNamara takes the mark in his lap. And he started pretty well. So Sean McNamara, back 50 for Belmont. He goes over the top, short kick to Eddie, and this is the bloke you want to have the football. One of their better users in the team. He's going to go short back to Wilson. And they'll be happy just to get through this quarter, probably with this scoreline so far. As the siren goes for quarter time. So we went 28 minutes in that first quarter. Belmont with a solitary behind. Belpo still 3-6-24, leading by 23 points. Brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
Goal kickers this stage of the game. Nick Costello, he has 2. Wilson has the other for Belpo Still, as we said. The Belmont Lions are yet to score a goal. So it's been an interesting start, and we probably won't have a clear picture on really how strong that wind is until Belmont have use in the second quarter. We'll take a short break, come back. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back. As we said, at quarter time, it is Belpo still 3-6. 3-6-24 to one behind to the Belmont Lions. They did have the aid of a bruise in that quarter, 9 scoring shots to 1. Grub, we both discussed this. I don't know whether they've done enough. We think maybe 1 or 2 more would have been good, but I suppose to have that on the board, Belmont have got to chase them down.
Well, they do got to chase them down, but they get the chance now with this bruise. I just think if you have 9 shots at goal, actually there was 2 out of bounces, so 11 shots at goal and managed 3 goals. I don't think you've done enough. I know it all depends on how well their defence plays in this quarter and how well Belmont can use the win, but I think you're right. I think at least 1 more with the amount of shots they had would have been a par mark. I think they're probably just behind that, and I think they'll have to play a lot better. But how do you pick good players when the wind's blown and
so far away?
It's so hard. Mitchell was pretty good. Marnie got a bit of the footy. Eddie's pretty reliable down there. Hootsman had a good quarter in the ruck, but Hootsman was playing a kick and a half behind the play for a lot of the quarter, so he gets a few easy touches there. And McNamara was good. Costello's obviously kicked too. He's kicked, what's he kicked? 499 for his career.
499.
So
that's not a bad effort.
That's a great effort from Costello. He needs 1 for the 500. I liked some of the hard, tough work strong work by Sam Harmer in there. A couple of times it looked like Belmont were going to clear it, and he put his body in it, and actually to the advantage of Belpost Hill. Bo McNamara was solid down back. And look, I know it's hard to pick the players, but I think team football is all that counts here. And we've stated a few times about the old Belpost Hill way of possession football, and I think we're going to see that come into play now. And if they can do that as well as they've always done it, then they could go in, or should go in, ahead at half-time. But if they can't, and Belmont use the win, we've got a real contest coming into half-time.
Yes, well, they had their opportunity, I suppose, the Lions. They probably, decisions maybe to just a choice of going to their forward half wasn't good, but as I said, they do have a breeze now, so this will be the telling quarter. As I said, at half-time, we'll get a real indication of where this game's at, I would think.
Well, the worst thing that can happen is if Belpost actually get down and get an early one against it. That really hurts you. So they've got to make sure they get it out of the centre, kick a couple real early in the quarter, and who knows, will Belpost still panic at that? They may.
So we're about to find out. Umpire about to start the second quarter here this afternoon. Ball in air, siren sounded. We are underway, so it's now thrown up in the middle of the ground. Merrick and also Hootsmar, maybe tapped down by Hootsmar, goes towards Murdoch, runs onto it, tries to pick the ball up. Yates not too far behind him. He's got the strength, picks the ball up, goes to Vashurin, delivers the ball out towards centre wing. Man leads in the race for the ball. He actually trapped that very nicely, kicked round the body, goes towards Costello and Slorak. He evaded him pretty nicely there, Cozzy, and got the ball into the forward line. Jones is there. I think the opposition player out there might be Sheriff. He wins out that nicely and plays the ball and goes back towards centre wing. Nice kick to McPherson.
Great play now.
So McPherson just defensive side of centre wing, far side of the ground. Again, he wants to bring the ball in quickly, chips the ball up over the top. Vashurin came at it, trapped the ball, got the handball away. Eddie, I think it was, coming the other way. He's tackled without the ball. No free kick, but it's Marnie that does pick the ball up. Ball comes across towards the centre half forward position. Beasley leads in the race for the ball. Needs to be able to pick the ball up. He's got support there from Wilson. Actually, Jones went through the middle of him, but now Evans arrives. He picks the ball up, tackled by Yates, and the umpire's been knocked over. And there's going to be a ball up.
The umpire went down like a ton of bricks. What's going on now?
Well, he's asking for the ball.
Oh, okay. He had to ball it up because he fell down and didn't see what happened.
So the ball is now thrown up in that centre wing position. Out the back it comes. Slorak comes through, gets the handball away. Murdoch back outside. He goes further to McNamara. He picks the ball up and he kicks the ball long down the line. Mark is going to be taken. Nick Flacavento in space. Transfer the ball across the ground. Not too sure whether he needed to go so quickly. Sammy Quinn couldn't take the mark. Picked up by Mitchell. Runs inside 50. Long towards goal. And he is way offline. Where's the goal umpire?
I don't know.
He's retired, I think. We've got a boundary umpire doing the...
Oh, it might have been the bloke that got bowled over.
It might be the relief umpire.
It is.
He's standing in the goal square.
The goal umpire got bowled over early, and he's in getting treatment by the looks of it.
Yeah. Oh, it looks a bit unusual. He actually moved well for a goal umpire.
He did, yeah.
Ball comes outside 50, and now it's going to be picked up by Wiley. Gets around one, looks back inside, kicks smothered as he kicks the ball. McNamara has it now. Just puts the ball as high as he can. Outside defensive 50, coming at the ball there. It was Wilson. He couldn't take the mark. He might have been interfered with it as he went for the ball. And it's going to be a ball up which will take place. So we have travelled just on 2.5 minutes. And at this stage, it is Belpost still 3-6. They lead Belmont Lions 1 behind.
So in between true centre wing and
No, something's happened here.
forward
Stop, come back,
for
free
Belmont.
kick.
It's going to go the way of Merrick. So he gets the free kick now. He's going to go short. Got to be careful with that kick. And he is. He finds his teammate in Basley.
We have to find out. I hope he's all right,
Whitney.
the goal umpire.
Oh, it's Whitney, yep. So Whitney has the ball now up to true centre wing. Lands a bit short. The players weren't expecting that. And then comes through to Costello, and they're going to see the ball over the boundary line. So look at the flags now. Wind is howling here at St Albans Park as the sun's out. So ball in on the boundary at road side. So ball back in now. Merrick versus Hoosmark comes down to Whitney. It might have been out. Slorak usually does this pretty well. Has some space. Goes in the middle to Eddie. Eddie arcs his back. Looks, tries to find a target. It wasn't his best kick, but it still finds his teammate. So it's going to be Murdoch. Yeah, Marnie. So Marnie went over the top. And now they're about 75 out from goal. Going to wait for the right option. Here's Allett. Allett's going to wheel around now, try and go inside the forward 50, but laces out the Belpost Hill player in Bowie McNamara. So, good interceptive mark there. Wasn't a great kick from Allett. He's going to go out wide to the side. The ball keeps going out of bounds and is punched over the boundary line. So, as the boundary umpire said, no, it was touched before it's gone out. So, we'll have a ball in.
I reckon it's on the full, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
I reckon the umpire further up the ground called it.
It's out on the full. Now got to get the ball back.
How many times does this have to happen before these blokes stop putting too much on it to kick it out there? Happened all last year's finals, and it's happening again today.
So it's going to be McNamara for Belmont. He goes short to Evans. So Evans now 65 out from goal. He's going to wheel and go. Looking for his brother. He flies. Can't quite get the ball. Hootsman's there as well. Now Evans picks up the ball. Handball. Wiley's there. He might get the free kick. He does.
Gee, I reckon he's stiff there. I reckon the Belpost Hill player stood still and got run into.
So Andy Wiley, as he's picking up the ball, gets a high contact free kick, and he's going to go back and kick Belmont's first goal of the afternoon. Comes in from no more than 20 metres out, slide angle about it. Didn't look like he kicked through it. And it is a goal. So he kicks that. He kicks that first. 117 to 36-24. We've gone 5 minutes in the second quarter. Brought to Alders Insurance.
Just the official of the goal umpire.
Well, he got it right. I'll give him that much. But
If he had been back any further, we would have done a flip.
might have to. I want to see that on the video, actually, because it looked to me like the Belmont player buried his head going forward, and the umpire might have fell for that one. I'm not quite sure that was there, but their first goal at the 5-minute mark is a pretty good effort from them, and a couple more now. And, you know, Belpost Hill, what they can't do, Belpost Hill, is let Slorak be the loose man on his own at that centre back position, because he's a good enough player to rip you to pieces. So,
I don't know whether Belpost Hill are already playing a loose man back.
well, I don't know, but they got to make sure that their forwards man up on the defence. They can't let them just take easy kicks.
So McNamara's now pushing himself forward, which is probably not a bad option. Drag another player out of that hole. Ball back in the middle. No, that's it. Stay out in the space by yourself. Ball now from that contest. Picked up by Yates. Forces his way through the contest. Did nicely. Gets the ball back into their half-forward line. Norman up in front. Mark gets out the back. Jones picks it up. Got the handball outside. Costello around the body. He didn't get good purchase on it. Ends up in the hands of Slorak. He gives the ball outside. So I think that might be Mayman now. Kicks the ball along the boundary line. That's a good kick because it's found Mitchell out there by himself. He wants to transfer play back in through the middle. Kick was smothered off the boot. So again, work to be done there. Yates will lead the all in the race for the ball. Got the handball back out towards Jones. Back inside they go. Chirkop kicks forward. Oh, just missed the hands there of his teammate. Wilson went back and collected it. Handball's up to Vashurin. Slams on the boot. Goes to Costello. Round the body. Hits the post, I think. And that would have been 500 on the board, but it's hit the post. Nick Costello with 2-2. Belpost Hill now to 3-7. And Belmont Lions 1-1. We have gone 7 minutes. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
Don't worry about 500. That one would have been a big goal in the context of the game for the Panthers. A huge goal.
So it's going to be Wilson out of fullback. He's got Eddie on. It's not the best kick,
Careful,
but
mate.
Eddie might be able to mop it up. He doesn't quite. He gets contested now. He goes in, gets his own ball. Handballs. It's turned over. Opportunity for Balpo still here. Snap back. No. The wind just took it a bit. It was Slorak who ended up mopping the ball, and then he goes to his teammate out wide in Palin, but the ball's going to beat them all. So you don't lean back in your chair. Smithy's nearly fell on his ass.
Tell you can kick a ball 65 metres with this wind. Why would you want to kick it 15, 20 for a little pass? Get it out of there.
So 55 out now from the Belpost Hill goal. Merrick and Hootsma go at it. Ball over the top. Yates is there, and then it comes out now. So kick down the ground. They've got all the numbers here, though, Belpost Hill. So Godwin takes the mark.
Yeah, but they've got to get it back all the way now.
So Godwin, he's going to go out wide. Finally using this side of the ground. So Mann takes the mark for Belpost Hill. He looks up. Yeah, Sheeran on, but he gets cut off, and then he goes short, and it's a good kick. At the pinpoint. So true centre wing now.
Winnie up there.
Yep.
Quint goes down the line and coming through, although there's been an early whistle, and it's going to go the way of Belpost Hill. So a costly free kick now. It's going to go Yates' way. Yates doesn't have too many options in front of him. He's going to go wider. So just in front of the Belmont Lions interchange bench now. He's going to go inside the forward 50 for Belpost Hill, and a big fly over the top. Wasn't taken. Yates is there. He tries to get the handball out now. He does. To Felix Jones, and then a snap back. It's not going to make the distance. Yates is still there. He picks up the ball now. Someone's going to have a shot. He finally does, and it's not going to make the distance. And a good mark taken back there by Eddie. So Eddie now, he's going to go central. Dangerous kick. Trying to find Beasley, and it's punched over the top. So Beasley wins his own footy. Comes through now, and a good hit, although he didn't get dispossessed of the football. Now Beasley gone. He's given away the free kick he has. So it's going to go the way of Belpost Hill again. They're doing a pretty good job of nullifying Belmont's wind advantage this quarter. So Bryans, 65 metres out from Belpost Hill's goal. He's going to go towards the pocket. It might be Norman. It is. Norman's running. Can he take the mark? It goes through his hands. Mops up the ball, though. Goes back into the path of his teammate. How's the umpire going to see that? He's going to say holding the ball.
Well, I didn't see any prior there. It was a bad handball, but there was no prior. No prior whatsoever.
Andrew Casey can count himself a little bit unlucky. So on the half-back line for Belmont now, it's going to be Wilson. He's going to get the give and go from Eddie and then have a dash as he always does. He's getting chased down, though. He's got to get rid of it, and he does. It's a good kick if it gets over the top, trying to find Costello. Costello loses the one-on-one. It was well done from the Belmont player. Now handball over the top as Wilson is kept running. But he's gone back.
Sure,
An
that's the
interesting
right way to
kick.
go.
Very, very interesting, but Eddie mops it up. So a couple of leads towards the centre of the ground. He's just going to hold it up for a minute and then go out to the boundary roadside. Allett takes the mark. Now Arksey's back, kicks long as a 2-on-1. Evans got to beat 2. Ball hits the deck now. Now it's nervous times for Bannister.
I don't know why you need to do that either.
And yeah, it's going to be a minor score. So 1-2-8
Oh, of course,
3-7-25. 11 minutes gone in the second quarter. Brought to you by Albans Insurance.
They're taking a big risk here.
Massive. Ball goes back inside now. Godwin has the ball. And he's got the ball and he wants to go low and flat. That's not a bad kick, actually. Ball goes outside 50. Kicked off the ground there by Flacavento. Ball comes back inside the square now with the win. Nice pick up from Mann. Got the handball away. Missed his target. Merrick's got the ball now. He needs to get the rid of the ball. Goes to Yates. Put him under a fair bit of pressure. Going in to collect it. Marnie through the contest. Long. That is not a bad kick. And, through for a minor score. The Lions now to 1-3. Belpost still 3-7, and we have gone just on 12 minutes in this second quarter. Ball in quickly to the back pocket, basically with ball in hand now. Chips along the boundary line, goes back in towards Mann, and again has gone over on the full. Don't think so. Maybe
this time, I don't think.
Just inside the field of play.
But perilously close.
Very close. Very close.
Oh, look, I know it's easy sitting in here being a big fat know-all, but crikey, it's just this keeps happening and happening.
Just an extra 10 metres inside makes a difference. Ball from that ruck contest. Wynn took it a fair bit.
Did it ever?
Kicks back into their forward line again. Numbers back there. Godwin. He just takes the ball over the bound. Oh, he's paid a free kick there for deliberate.
What?
Because he's tapped the ball in the air and it's gone over the boundary line. He's paid for a free kick. It's the first one we've had in all the final series. It could be McDonald, I think, out there. And again, he was a defender last time we saw him play. He's moved up forward, and he is now looking for some options. I don't think he's too confident from where he is. Plays on now, goes to the left foot. Banana brings the ball back to the goal square. Man doesn't take the mark. At ground la. Oh, gee, that was another player that was taken off the ball without it. And Vermeulen is going to go from the opposite pocket now. And again, probably not the right side for the right footer, but just inside that left footer, goes round to Marnie. Marnie brings it back, and he has taken it the other side of the post as well. So they are now wasting opportunities.
They got the
Belmont
yips too.
Yeah, 1-4 now, Belmont Lions. 3-7 Bell Post Hills. 13 minutes gone. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
So it's going to be basically for Bell Post Hill to kick in. He hasn't had the...
He would love to see a lead straight down the middle, but there's just none there.
So he's going to go out to the boundary road side once more. Looks like it's all going to be... Oh, it's a good mark taken. Going back with the flight.
Belmont boy misread that unbelievably.
Did. So they're going to go to centre wing now, trying to find Cozzy, and he's just going to take the mark.
What's Cozzy? He's not going to get his 500th up there, Smithy.
He's waiting on the next quarter.
So through centre wing, boundary road side now. He's going to come out. We had a player leading him. It was Geordie Flacavento. So he takes the mark.
Hello. They're going to get another young goal umpire down here, I think.
So Flacavento has the ball. He's going to go back dangerous, but kick is up to the task. He finds McNamara. Bowie McNamara between wing and half back. He's going to go. He turns the ball over to Allett. He usually likes to get the ball and play on. He does on this occasion as well. Trying to find Evans. He's all alone and takes the mark. So first real look he's at it today. Benny Evans, nearly uncontested in the end. A bad turnover from Bell Post Hill.
Very, very, very unlike Bowie. Yeah, very unlike.
So Benny Evans, we see it's not the easiest set shots from here when the wind's howling, as we saw yesterday with Zach Smith. So Ben Evans comes in from 50 metres. Looks all right off the boot. It is to the near side. So 1-5-11 to 3-7-25. We've gone 15 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
I don't like the body language of Evans. When he takes that mark, at least have a look. Don't just turn your back.
Basically plays on now, goes long, outside 50 again. Good distance in the kick, goes towards Flacavento. Ball gets out the back. Nicely read there by Sheriff on the left boot. Brings the ball back inside. That's a great kick. So he's found Beasley also on the boundary line, but Beasley now with ball. He kicking a half from goal, goes inside 50 again. McPherson can take the mark in the hands of Godwin. Got the handball back outside. Whitney on the left boot. Again, this is going to be perilously close to the boundary line. Gee, that was interference in the marking contest, and it was. And the free kick is going to go to Bell Post Hill out there. Flacavento is the recipient.
He didn't put his boot right into it. He floated it. He's Whitney smart enough not to kick it out on the full.
So ball now, Flacavento. This is Jordan out there, and he kicks the ball. That's got some height in it. That could be dangerously close to the boundary line. But coming up, Mark is taken out there. I reckon that might be Hoochma.
Good mark.
And he has taken the mark just forward of centre wing, far side of the ground. So East Belmont now, Belmont Lions, I should say. Back into the forward line they go. Basically out the back. Trapped the ball on hands and knees. Got the handball back outside to Flacavento. Handed it straight to McPherson. Round the body. This is going to be an interesting contest here. Going back, Evans, Mark not taken out there. And Bannister, I reckon he's just about done for the day. Ball comes out the back now. Yates, he takes the mark. And he will deliver the ball further down the field. Got Chirk up on the run. Can continue to run if he wants to. Norman's got to be the next target. That's the direction he'd go in. Ball actually didn't come back with the breeze there. It stayed in the straight line there. Done nicely out there by Pelham. Ball at ground level now. It will be taken over the boundary line. Yes, it will. And we were going to have a throw-in, which will take place. So ball will be thrown back in. Clubroom side of the ground, as I said, Dane between centre wing, half forward line. Bell Post Hill have worked the ball down the ground. Mayman gets the ball. Chirkup intercepted it for Bell Post Hill, and he kicks the ball. Little dribbler, got 10 metres. They work hard now at ground level, try to keep the ball running. Wilson's in there, held without the ball. picked up and again, kick forward out there by Wilson. They gain some more ground, but it's Eddie who picks the ball up. A little bit of time and space, looks up, chips the ball back around the boundary line. Quinn is there. He picks the ball up, has some assistance. Little kick into their forward line. Might work okay. Harmer runs onto it. Can't pick the ball up cleanly. Interfered with the player coming at him, but was allowed to go on. Cleaned up there by Allett, over the top through Mitchell, and he runs the middle of the ground, and he handballs over the top. Beasley in space by himself. He's out there and running. Ball now kicked long from Beasley into their forward line. How will it run? I'll tell you, right through the middle, and that is a great finish. Beasley gets his first and the second for the Belmont Lions. They are 2-5. They trail Bellpost Hill on 3-7. We have gone 17 and a half minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter.
Well, brilliant bit of football all the way down. I can't tell you what happened to Kitchen because I got behind play. Someone fell behind play. And I don't know who it is.
McPherson.
It's McPherson down.
He's up.
He's I think they're going to take him straight off the ground, though. But I tell you what, I think Evans is normally not the person you would say this to, but I would think he's got to run around and keep Bannister on him because Bannister...
He's got to come off the ground.
Bannister shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't have played. His hamstring's not right. And a bloke like Evans now, run him around because then they'll have to find somebody else.
They're up in the middle now. Ball down. Neither ruckman won the contest coming through. The time being in the ruck is Cherkop. He got the handball out, and then a pack of players form will have a ball up near the centre of the ground.
And by the way, when I said fell behind play, I'm not saying anything toward happened. I think it was in the contest. I just didn't know what happened to him. I saw him just lying there.
So, umpire.
Whitney's limping.
Bit ginger.
Umpire has ball now up again. It was won by Mayman, and then coming through, Murdoch couldn't grab the ball, and then now forward from McNamara. Godwin's going to come through. He makes a contest. Coming through is Evans. He gets rid of his player. Gives it to Wiley. Wiley snap back, and it's going to end up out of bounds on the full. And Bannister won't be taking that kick.
God, he's hard to stop coming through the big fella, isn't he? But he got stopped.
So,
Big Nelson coming at you.
Yeah.
Lukey.
Yeah, he can play in the seconds, that bloke.
Lukey Mann's going to take the kick. Go get the football in the netball courts, and Mann has it in the last line of defence for Bellpost Hill. Ball's going to stay over this side of the ground for the time.
Well, I have to from there.
All right, comes to Evans, and then Allett. He had two goes at it, couldn't quite. Now Harmer comes through, handball, couldn't quite get it. He goes again there, Harmer. Good work from him. Now Harmer, a third crack at it, coming through. They're going to see the ball over the boundary line. Professionally done, it was, from Bryans.
Let's see Cam Eddy there putting the hands up, wanting deliberate. Turn it up, Cam. Oh.
Professionally done. So ball in just in front of us in the broadcast position.
Trying to get rough with Yates. So I don't know whether that's a great idea.
Yeah, I don't know whether you poke the bear.
Between centre wing and now forward, it is for Belmont, and they're happy to see the ball over the boundary line again. So, and then an elbow was stuck out there, and the umpire's not going to fall for it. That was Zane Jones there. So, ball back in now, directly in front of us in the commentary position. Mayman was down. Murdoch's there as well, coming through with McNamara, and then really well done from Whitney. Got the handball out, and then there's going to be a high tackle. So, he might have ducked his head.
He's ducked his head again. You can't keep paying that. Bloke's going to hurt himself doing that.
Going to go the way of Vermeulen.
He just ducked his head into the player coming towards him.
He's going to send them inside, forward 50. Evans is there. Can he fly over the top? Godwin was there. Comes out. Beasley's on running past. The ball's going to be it all comers. We'll have a ball in 50 metres out from the Belmont goal. So 2-5. 17 to 3-7, 25. We've gone 21 minutes in the second quarter, brought to you by Albans Insurance.
So ball now with the umpire's head just on forward 50. Belmont Lions back in their attacking end. Evans takes the ball out of the contest, did that nicely, went to his brother, chips the ball back towards the goal square, one-on-one contest. Bannister takes the mark over the back.
Well, he's all right if he doesn't have to move.
And I hope he doesn't have to kick the ball too far either. That might be the next decision. So Bannister now in the goal square, asked to play on by the umpire.
50 metres.
The umpire maybe not have called play on, is that why? That was the only thing I can think of, so he's going to be brought 50 metres up the ground.
Yeah, yeah, he's obviously played on, and after calling stand, he hadn't called play on. So, again, a bugbear of mine. Not umpire's fault, rule fault. Once a bloke starts to run off, it's just human nature to go after him, isn't it?
I thought, shouldn't it be Bannister's kick again?
Yeah, 50 metres it should be.
Well, Whitney took it. Anyway, ball now kicked along the boundary line. It's going to be just inside the field of play. Basically going back, takes the mark. So basically just inside the field of play, club room side of the ground. And defensive side of centre wing. Needs to drive the ball a little bit longer now. Looks for a shorter option. Player's not coming at him, but Evans is back there. He just belted the ball. That's nearly over the back of the stands there. And it's going to be a throw-in when they get the ball back.
And the funny thing with this rule, is that not deliberate?
Well, it is, but yeah.
Because it's in the marking contest, doesn't count.
Yeah.
But it's still...
Oh, yeah.
That's what he wanted to
no
do.
other intention to do anything with that. They found the ball again. That's good. I reckon it might have been in St Albans Road. I reckon it's pretty close too. So ball with umpire again. As I said, Merrick doing the ruck work. Moment now in there doing some ruck work for the Lions. Merrick just takes the ruck contest, takes it out of there.
That's high,
and
isn't
then he has been pinged for incorrect disposal or holding the ball. What was the indication? Holding the ball, I suppose.
Was there any prior?
Probably tried to force his way through. That was it.
Gee, he didn't take a step, did he?
No, not too much. Ball is nicely kicked in towards centre wing. Mark has been taken out there. Vermeulen got the handball outside to Allett. He needs to get the ball over the top to Evans, and he runs and carries the ball now. Longer, goes back towards the goal square. 1-on-1. Hoosmar just pushed his opponent. Oh, the umpire's pinged him.
He's not going to believe his Hootsma.
I don't believe it either. I don't believe it either.
Only infringement was for me. It was outside when the ball was in range, but he didn't push him in the back though, did he?
No.
He put in the side, just to push in the side.
You're allowed to put your hands in now as long as you don't push.
Yeah.
Just the fact that that's what they've been paying.
I reckon that's a mark every day of the week.
Yeah, so do I nowadays.
So the ball in the back pocket now, and Godwin has it for Bell Post Hill.
Like I said earlier, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But that's the way they usually play it.
So Godwin again chips the ball round the boundary line. That was actually a nice way to kick it. It's just gone over the boundary line. He was looking for Churcop. Got his hands on the ball, but couldn't maintain possession of it. So 24 minutes in, second quarter. As we proceed, Bell Post Hill 3-7. They do lead Belmont Lions 2-5. And the Elders Insurance second quarter.
So ball in, boundary road side between centre wing and half forward for Belmont. Ball comes out now. Yates trying to bust through the tackle, and he does. Now quick handball over the top. They're going to come out to this side of the ground. If it works, the switch will go well. McPherson is chasing down, and then a good tackle from McNamara. How's the umpire going to say holding the ball? And then he gives it to his opponent as well. He lets him know about it. Bit of feeling in this one. So it's going to go now. He's flopped for the 50 there. The umpire's not going to fall for it, though, so good umpiring.
Don't want to be doing that in this game, I can tell you. That's just automatic 50 most times.
So Sean McNamara. We saw the other night in the AFL, there was a double goal given away because of that.
That was an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, so Sean McNamara from 50 out as a ping. It's not too pretty off the boot. Balbo still have the numbers coming in, crushing the back, and then a snap from Wiley. It's going to go across the face. That's going to be a minor score. 2-6. 18 now, Belmont to 3-7-25.
They haven't done quite enough, have they? They've only got a few minutes to kick another goal or two. They haven't done enough yet.
Balpo still can just play possession football here, run down the clock, and then make the most of the next quarter to the exact same in the last, and they'll be laughing here. So
it's dangerous
they're
to come this
going
side.
to come this side. I think Godwin taking the kick out. He's going to kick it out of bounds on the full. He was trying to find his teammate in St. Jones, but unfortunately for him, the kick was just had a bit too much on it. So it's going to go to Wilson.
That's nearly 50 metres.
They're appealing for it.
We held on to it for a long time.
And there was no other player to give it to. So now Wilson's going to have a dash. He's going to go more central and then kick the ball. Smart play. Beasley's there if he can gather the ball. Hits the ground now. They have the numbers. Belpo still coming through. Beasley picks up the ball. Now he's in the pocket. Snaps back. He couldn't from there, could he? Oh, he can.
He's got that.
What a goal from Beasley. It's the one that Belmont needed. 3-6-24 to 3-7-25 now. Belpo still leading by a point. We have gone 26 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Albans Insurance.
There's the point I made in the first quarter, right? Tommy Bryan's on Beasley, and Beasley still getting the ball, but he was stopping him from running. But can he do it in the next quarter? If Tommy Bryan's is the run-with player for Beasley, he should have been shoulder to shoulder with him then. And he doesn't get a fresh kick at the goal. But he wasn't there. He created his own little space and was able to kick a magnificent goal. Maybe even the Connectel. Yeah, that's right. Connectel goal of the day.
Very good finish, and that's what you wanted to see. Ball back in the middle once again. Hootsmar's up over the top, brings the ball down. Evans, little quick kick goes into the forward line. That was also nicely done. And Marnie playing in front has taken the mark. Still inside the centre square.
I'd hurry it up a bit, Brock.
But the mark has been taken. He decides to go long and goes out towards the pocket. Evans tacks the ball, can't pick it up on the half volley. Went back, Flacavento did so, picked it up, went out to Basely. Basely around the boundary line, finds Jones. He can run now and carry the ball. Decides to go quickly, looking for his brother. Ball gets over the top, picked up out there, and it was Steele that had the ball. Got the handball back inside. Jones intercepted, went outside to his brother again, chips the ball forward. Flacavento's run into some space. Just inside the boundary line, delivers the ball towards Norman. Ball gets out the back, opportunity here. McNamara's there to assist. He sits over the top, he could be in trouble here. Umpire said no.
That's the one I would play holding the ball.
Yeah.
Because he actually dragged the ball in and just sat there on it.
Yep.
He has to get that out, and he didn't.
So 27, almost 28 gone in this quarter. Wouldn't be much more time on if you compare it to the first. And it's thrown up in the forward line again. Hootsmar up over the top, comes down towards Flacavento once again. Can't pick the ball up. Evans put enough pressure on him. Ball ends up in the hands of Basely. Runs inside 50, kicks to the forward line. And, that was nearly a good mark. Almost to Jones, but he couldn't finish it off. And there's going to be another ball up will take place about 20 out from goal.
It was a very quick handball in there. It could have been a throw.
It could have been.
And then also chopping the arms was in question there as well.
So ball 20 out from goal. Bell post Hills, we said, a late opportunity. Ball comes out the back from that contest. Goes back towards Beasley. He's got support out there. Might have been stabled and put his head over the contest. But again, with the number of players around now, umpire's going to ask for it back once again. Hootsmar and Merrick. Ball up. Hootsmar tried to get a fair whack on that. Eddie tried to force his way through, but again, couldn't get out the other side. Tackle laid nicely there. Jones again.
And good umpiring because of no prior opportunity.
It was Thompson, it was.
Got that wrong a little bit earlier. But
Thompson, ball now comes out from that ruck contest. Out the back, Wilson puts boot to ball, brings it back inside the middle.
Dumped after he kicked it.
Going to be a free kick going down the field. So Mitchell from right in the middle of the ground, he will be the recipient of the free kick.
Gee, someone should have jumped on that quick. I tell you what, because this could result in a goal if they're quick enough.
So Mitchell now, he's got McPherson asking for the ball wide, decides to go straight down the corridor. That's not a bad kick. Evans and front. Quinn did that nicely.
That's
Stood in front of the
free
contest.
kick, ump.
The umpire did blow the whistle.
The other one didn't pay it, but this bloke did. Well done. And it had to be one.
So Sammy Quinn is the recipient of that free kick. And I reckon if you can take it to the far side of the ground, that would be the place to take it. So Quinn now is going to club room side. Kick will stay in just beside the field of play. Casey may be just inside as the siren sounds to end the first half here this afternoon, the first semi-final, and it is Belpost Hill leading by a solitary point. They are 3-7. They lead the Belmont Lions on 3-6. Beasley with 2 goals in that quarter. Wiley also with 1. And as they were at quarter time, Cozzy has 2 and Wilson has the other. We're going to take a short break, come back, and we'll hopefully go through everything that's happened here in the first half and look forward to a second half of some good football. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. quickly to their respective positions. We tell you it, as I said, a 1 point margin here at half time. Belpo still kicked 3 goals, 7 in the first half. Belmont Lions are 3 goals, 6. So the work will need to be done here in this third quarter by Belpo still if they're going to give themselves a break, give themselves an opportunity to win this game of football. I would think they would need to be somewhere between 4 and 5 goals in advance of the Belmont Lions, because we know that they will come, and how quickly they will come we will find out. But I was just getting everything organised there. Just waiting for the box to be cleared, I think. There's a few kids inside the boundary fence, so I think that's now been corrected. Umpire has ball in hand, and we are not far away from starting the second half here. Semi-final, as we said. And the loser to be having a spell for the rest of the season. Looking forward to their pre-season in a couple of months. But the ball from that middle of the contest, Whitney comes out, takes the ball very quickly, moves it into their half-forward line. Out the back, it's going to be picked up there by Steele. Went one way, got out of trouble now. Back on the left boot, wants to deliver the ball back towards centre wing. Kick over the top, and it's well read there by Vashurin, and he takes the mark. So Vashurin now will put Belpo still back into attack. Kick was short in the hands of Whitney. The ball's able to fall through. He looks up and goes into their forward line. We're looking for Costello. Ball gets past him. Godwin's out the back. He needs to pick the ball up. Couldn't. Fed the ball back to Costello. Round the boot. 500 on the way. Yes. There. Costello has got his third of the afternoon. Belpo still, they move to 4-7, 3-6 to the Belmont Lions, and 37 seconds in the third quarter. P&R Foods third quarter scoreboard.
Well, there's 500 for Cosy, but just by looking at him, he don't care about 500. He just wants a couple more so Belpo still can progress through to next week. Let's worry about the 500 after the game, I reckon he's saying. And let's get another couple. It's a nice early one. And I tell you what, now Belmont have got to really, really close it down because they don't want to be chasing too much in this last quarter, especially if the wind does drop, which it tends to do late afternoon.
Well, may do that. Grabber has said they want to be 4 to 5 goals up. I would think.
Yes, yeah, they need to be.
And the ball is back in the middle once again. Ruckman at it also over the top. Merrick goes down towards Yates. Again, boots the ball, goes to their half-forward line. Eddie read that nicely, so they're going to come back the other way now, Belmont. Put the ball back towards centre wing. Hootsmar goes after the ball. Tapped it in front of himself, but it's been turned over. Yates has been able to gain possession of it once again. Right down the corridor they arched. They went out in the box. Back in the hands now. Merrick got the handball up over the top. Jones in some space. Long back towards the goal square. I'll tell you what, that is also finish. And Jones has got his first goal of the afternoon. The fifth now for Belpo still. They are 5-7. Belmont Lions 3 goals, 6. And we have gone only 2 minutes into this P&R Foods third quarter.
2 in 2. They've come out firing. And I don't know why, but that just looked a little bit too easy for me. There was no pressure on the kicker. There was no one back on the goal line. And it was a bit like training. Let's just have a shot at goal and see how it goes. And it went very, very well. And that puts them a couple more goals up. I tell you what, Belmont, they've got to put the foot down here. They have got to stop this, otherwise they'll be chasing too much.
They say this can be the quarter that wins your games of football.
Yeah.
And they've done so for very nicely.
Back in the middle now. Hootsmer over the top, couldn't quite. Beasley got it down. Now into the path of Wiley. He was trying to trap the ball, couldn't quite. Comes back out to Wilson. He gets tackled instantaneously and will have a ball in the centre of the ground.
There's been no goals kicked up the other end, has there?
No.
No.
Thurston should have kicked one of the first quarter. He ran in, hit the post. So we're back now. Merrick and Hootsmary got chocolates that time. Then coming through, McPherson was probably held. Umpire says play on. And the ball's under there somewhere, so I'll have another ball up. So, important quarter for Belpo Steelers. They get 5-6 goals in front. They'll just shut the game down in the last quarter. So Merrick comes over the top now, trying to pick the ball up, couldn't quite, and then in and under might have been Hootsmer, and he gets wrapped up to another stoppage. And so, Grub, if you're Belmont, are you trying to shut the game down this quarter?
Oh, too right I am. Yeah. Too right I am. Shut it down and only have to try and chase 2 or 3 goals in 3/4 time.
So up again now, Hootsmer and Merrick. Merrick wins it out. He's starting to win around the ruck contest. Whitney came through. He couldn't collect the ball. And in the middle of the ground, it was kicked forward by Yates. Here's an opportunity for Belpo still again. Coming through. Oh, that was pretty silky done by Mitchell, it might have been. He goes out wide and finds his teammate in Wilson. And Wilson has the ball in between half-back and centre wing, the boundary road side. So he's going to go for a run and then kick long down the line, close to the boundary line. Evans is going to fly! And got pretty high for the big man. The ball ends up over the boundary line. So I have a ball in true centre wing. Would have been a good grab if you took it, Grub.
It would have been a great grab, but I tell you what, it never ever looked like taking it, I must admit.
So ball back in now. Rootsman just whacks it forward. Went to a teammate, but straight away on the tackle is Vashurin. So 3-6, 24 to 5, 7, 37. Ball up now. Rootsma and Merrick. Ball comes down. Running through was Beasley towards the centre of the ground now. Wilson coming back. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Wilson. So he has the ball in the centre of the ground. Might not be. Might be Mitchell. It is.
It is
Mitchell. He goes forward. Great kick in the path to McPherson. He looks up now. Evans leads at him. He's also got Allett down there as well. He's going to move the ball quickly. Haven't had a goal kick to this end. In the path. It's over the head of his teammate, and he gets punched over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in 40 metres out from the Belmont goal. 3-6, 24 Belmont. They are trailing Bellpost till 5, 7, 37.
That's fine.
5 minutes this left.
That's fine. They've got to lock that ball in there now. Lock it in and lock it and keep it locked in there.
Evans and Bannister doing the ruck work down there. Evans, bit of strength, taps the ball back outside. Wiley went after it, picks the ball up now. Wants to give the handball out. Missed the target, though. Picked up now. Bellpost still through Whitney. Out they come again. Out wide, going towards Costello. Bit too much width on the kick there, although the ball has stayed in the boundary, and it's run another 10 yards. Costello tried to keep it in, but the ball has gone over the boundary. So that's not bad, because I reckon he's got about 60 or 70 metres there in that kick. And delivered the ball to their half-forward line.
It almost bounced back into Cozzy's hands there, didn't it? It could have been dangerous.
I think there's a bit of paperwork gone out the door, mate, when the wind come through before. So the ball now thrown back in by the umpire. Going Ruckman at it, out the back. Merrick did that nicely. Gave it away to Bryans. Goes back to Merrick. Merrick now on the run. Long kick going into the goals. I'll tell you what, that has also gone through. Liam Merrick has kicked that from outside 50. Over the top it went, and straight through for their third goal of the quarter. They are now 6-7, 3-6 to the Belmont Lions, and only 6 minutes gone. Third quarter, P&R Food scoreboard.
When goals with the wind are so valuable, I know I might be a bit dinosaurish here, a bit old-fashioned, but there's two that have gone. If there's a bloke on the goal line, neither of them are goals. So they need an extra man down there to be on that goal line and stop those goals, because they're two goals that shouldn't have been kicked. But they have been kicked, and they've put Bellpost still in the van.
That was a good kick from Liam Merrick.
Yeah, but if the wind takes it, it's going to happen all the time.
Absolutely,
so you've got to have someone
But
back
in the first quarter, they couldn't buy one of them.
No, they couldn't.
So back in the middle now, over the top was Hootsma, comes out. Allett's there as well. He can't gather the ball coming through. That was silky from Wilson. Need him to get more involved. 1-2 now, and then McPherson kicks forward in the path of Marnie. Couldn't quite. Now the handball through. Kept running was Mitchell. This was their first goal to that end. No, it's not quite, but over the top was the mark taken. Umpire says play on. No, that's deliberate if it goes out of bounds. Flagavento keeps it in. Now he's caught. It's got to be holding the ball. It is. It's going to be a shot for Belmont to respond at the end. There hasn't been a goal kick. The school end.
Left footer from that side too.
It's going to be tough, but I tell you what, it'll be invaluable, this one, if he can nail it. That was good play early. I think it might have been Vermeulen, actually.
So McDonald here. Lewis McDonald.
He's left footer too.
Do we know how he is? Or a set shot grub? Guess we're going to find out.
He's going to have to be good from a left footer from that
30
angle.
metres tough. Tied up against the pocket. It's not a bad effort. Beasley's grabbed it on the line and kicked the goal.
It's either a goal from the first one or the second one.
It's going to be a goal from the second one.
So it's hit the deck, and then Beasley roped it and kicks the goal.
Now you got to know who to put it to.
First goal down. So
I'm giving it to
6:30. Now, and that's the goal that they needed back. We have gone 8.5 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
I watched that goal umpire when the first part of it, and I thought he was going to signal a goal then. So I'm not sure who kicked that goal.
It's either him or McDonald. I'm not 100% sure.
And you know what? I don't care, because that was the most valuable goal they've kicked to date.
Absolutely.
And now to put themselves in the game, if they can snag another one, then the pressure comes back on the Panthers.
So the ball is back in the middle of the ground again. Hoosmar gets the ball down towards Evans. He's tackled by Yates. And the umpire has asked for it back once again. Again, thrown up in the middle of the ground. Ball tapped further afield. It's gone back to the middle of the centre circle. Picked up out there, and it's fed out towards Jones. He can't get rid of the ball. Umpire is going to ask for it back, and another ball up in the middle. So thrown up, again, this time Merrick up over the top. Ball goes out towards centre wing. Allett taps it out the back, goes towards Wilson. You know he wants to come back on his left foot. He came this way the first time, went back outside to Slorak. Slorak, that was nice collecting the football, picked the ball up and goes into the half-forward line. Evans held that mark and just held onto it, but he did that nicely. So Evans right out in front of the scoreboard, far side of the ground. Chips the ball up over the top. I think Wilson's pushed down the ground. He's marked it again just inside the field of play.
Nearly done a Herschel Gibbs, didn't he? Evans, he threw the ball up before acceptance.
So he's played on now, runs inside. Longer kick going into their forward line. Numbers back with Belpost Hill. Mark not taken though. Ball comes to ground. Thuckervento again picks the ball up. Fresh area there. Beasley might have been once again. Yates over the top. Umpire surrounds and says, let's have it back. And a ball up to take place about 35 out from goal, directly in front of the Belmont Lions goal.
They've lifted the Lions. They have lifted.
They had to. And the ball now thrown up. Bannister doing the ruck work. Again from that contest. Ball comes out for Sheeran, picks it up. Did what he had to do. Just got boot the ball. Goes back into the middle of the ground. Eddie running back towards it. Unfortunately, didn't get a favourable bounce. It's still kept alive, though. Cozzy's trying to do his best work. Mayman picks the ball up. He dropped it. And umpire said it was incorrect disposal. Free kick going to Costello. Centre wing. Clubroom side of the ground. So he's looking to give the ball off towards Norman in space by himself. Got the ball now. Next kick important. Goes towards Whitney. He's out in front. Can't get to the ball. Gets to
now
his
he
feet.
does.
Picks it up. Round the body he goes. Didn't even look. Just back towards the goal square. Hoochmar is there and forces it through for a rush behind.
Jeez, that kick was just short.
Yes, 6-8 to Belpost Hill. 4-6 Belmont Lions. And almost 11 minutes gone. Peter Foods, third quarter.
You're right, Grub. You had the time, and it was well directed. It was just didn't have enough power in it.
Now, the goal umpire that got hurt was Mark D'Alessandro. So if any of his relations are listening, he's all right. He's just got a very sore knee.
So Mitchell's going to take the kick in now. Go on the path to McPherson. Has it stayed in? No, it's out of bounds.
No, it hasn't. When will they?
Said it many a times, and the ball wasn't given back straight away. Is it a 50
yes,
penalty?
He's running back. He's running back.
So the player was Benny McPherson.
The umpire's going right to the square here.
And we have spoken about discipline before, how important it is in finals, Grub. The discipline in finals.
That's part of the discipline. You cannot do that.
You can't. Especially for a player of Benny McPherson's calibre.
And after they've worked so hard for the last 10 minutes to keep it out of here.
So now, the opportunity for Belpost Hill to go back. And they have kicked the goal. Massive goal in the context of this game. 4-6-30 to 7-8-50. We have gone 12 and a half minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Just we spoke about the last couple of games where 50s and free kicks have really cost them badly. But in that case, look, there is no way known from that out of bounce on the floor that the goal can be kicked from there. No way known. And all of a sudden, there's almost no way known he can miss. And that's the difference. You've actually handed a goal on a platter in a tough, low-scoring game when the side's got the win trying to build a score, and that bloke needs a good kick up the bum.
Yep. McPherson, he definitely owes his team one now. We are back in the middle. Umpire, ball's up. Coming through, Hootsman gets the tap away, and then it was a sling. Umpire says playing, got the ball out, and that was beautifully picked up, running through Sheeran, and he's given a free kick. Is it for the sling?
Oh, no.
He said high.
He paid high, but Jesus. Oh, fair enough.
It was too high, but... So, handball now. Allett has the ball.
Back around, boys.
Fake, and then go forward, especially when you're against this breeze here. Comes forward now, handball over the top. Now's an opportunity. Belmont are going to go forward. It was Mitchell who sent them. It wasn't downfield.
Mark.
Great mark. It's going to be
Basely.
always.
Who else?
But although there was a risky kick, but it was up to the task. So Bryans has the ball now. They're going to go switch. We haven't seen too many full ground switches today. We're going to see one now. They've gotten to the other side of the ground, but they're still at half back.
Don't see how they're going to get much further. Belmont have really carved it up here and got over to where they have to be.
So now they're going to go down the line in the path.
There you go. That's right.
And how often does this man do it? Braden Eddy. He's going to go in the middle of the ground to Wilson. He's been pretty good today.
He's a good kid, Wilson. Don't worry about that. He's only going to get better too.
He's at about centre wing He's going to go in the path of Allett. Ali's coming to the game more. The big fist over the top by Nick Flacavento, and he sees the ball over the boundary line. So 4-6-30 to 7-8-50. We have gone 14 and a half minutes this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
I'd definitely say they need 2 more at least. They need a couple more.
Yep.
20 points with this win may not be enough.
No, not anywhere near. I don't think, as you said, Grub, you just don't know what's happening in the last quarter, but they want to get that advantage if they can. Ball front of the contest. Coming through, I can't see who the player was there, but it wasn't collected. Belpost still are working hard just to hold things up, and they've been able to achieve that. So the ball's gone inside Belmont lines forward 50, but only just on the far side of the ground. It's thrown up once again. Bannister doing the ruck work, able to tip it over the back, but coming through again. I think that might have been Murdoch this time. He goes back towards goal, and I tell you what.
Missed it.
Oh, gee, that must have missed by too much. And through for a minor score. So 4-7 now to the Belmont Lions, and they trail Belpost Hill on 7-8. Caleb basically going back in the goal square. He doing the kicking in for Belpost Hill. Comes out. That's a way to kick there. Straight in the hands of Godwin. And again, he looks up. Got Chirkop in the middle of the ground. This is what they've been able to do. Goes outside now looking for Harmer. Ball's going to get out the back. Has he got the pace to get away? That's still be the question. Ball bouncing in front. Go. Yep, he's got his strength there, but he's over the top. And McNamara will be the recipient of the free kick for the Lions.
And I'm going to have to agree with that. Yeah.
Just lazy, that's what it was.
But he encourages him to do it every time. I guess
McNamara now plays on, kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Evans is the target in front.
Great mark.
It was taken.
It was going to be a free kick if he didn't mark it.
Should have been a free kick, I think. But the Evans has been able to get away with that one and goes now longer down the boundary line. Next kick's got to be a good one. Flacavento did the right thing, got able to put a hand on the ball. Ball comes out now to Chirkop. His kick was in the air. I think it's going to stay. Oh, no, I thought it was going to stay just to feel the play.
Hit me in the nose.
The breeze was blowing. I thought it was going to catch hold. Too sure the ball was that far down the field, but anyway. So Godwin's been taken back considerable margin there. Nick Sheriff is going to be the recipient. Well, I think she's not. It's going to be Mitchell. It's going to be the recipient of the free kick. So again, it's through centre wing, clubroom side of the ground. Looks to drive the Lions deep into their attacking zone. He gets a bit of good distance on the ball. Mark is taken, and they're going to pay it to McPherson. I think they are. McPherson now has been given the ball.
I was watching that on the screen. It was impossible to tell who had the first bite of it, you know. Impossible.
So nice kick again around the boundary line. I reckon that's back in the hands of Murdoch once again there. So again, they've moved the ball just outside scoring zone now. So another kick in will be the important one. Mark through required to be taken. He goes towards the goal line. McNamara comes across, but I think I thought Evans had that then, but the ball has gone over the boundary line. A throw-in will take place. 17 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter. It is 7-8 Belpost Hill, 4-7 to the Belmont Lions.
So they can peg one back here, Grub. Massive in the context of this match.
Well, you bet it will be.
Have all the belief. We did see Belpost still shut them down pretty well out of the quarter. So comes over. Evans now he's caught. It's got to be holding the ball up by a set play on. Now an opportunity for Wiley. He gets the handball out. Still an opportunity for it. It's going to be high. And they're not going to like that, the Belpost faithful. And it might be 50 as well. It is. So undisciplinary from Belpost Hill. And it's going to bring Belmont to the goal line. It's going to go to McNamara, I think. And he'll kick from point-blank range to bring the margin back. He does. 5-7, 37 to 7-8, 50. Belmont are coming. We've got 18 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Look, yeah, you can call it undisciplined, but it wasn't as bad as the other one for the simple fact that I reckon the goal was going to be kicked anyway, and they were so disappointed with the decision they didn't think was there, which doesn't matter. But, yeah, discipline's bad. You get 50, but he was going to kick the goal anyway, not like this. But what got me was as soon as the goal was kicked, I reckon about 17 Belmont players rushed to him, and the momentum. I tell you what, Belpost Hill have really got to do something there. Most sides during the finals have kicked their 2 or 3 early and then couldn't kick anymore, and Belpost still need to. Otherwise, they're going to be in strife in the last quarter.
So we're back in the middle now. Over the top was Merrick. Got it down to Yates. Yates wrapped up straight away, and the umpire will take the ball back. So we'll go again in the middle of the ground, and Belpost need a goal back here. So Rootsma over the top. Coming through was Murdoch, straight line the footy, couldn't quite go, but Evans is there as well, and then Mitchell, he just gets rid of his play. It was not a bad tackle, though. Comes out wide, probably holding it is. The umpire spotted that. So good umpiring. Move forward now. Belmont are going inside 50 again. It's the part to Wiley, but beautifully done by Basley.
He's got 50.
They're asking for it. They've got it.
50.
So
He's gone over the mark.
It's the third 50 we have seen in the last 7 minutes. It's going to...
I don't know what the ruling is there. Like, he
Right.
did go forward.
To the middle of the ground now. The player in question was Quinn.
Had he
Now
called
got the
stand?
ball up. Now Jones has the ball. He's going to go out wide and finds Whitney. So Whitney, definitely this kick was within his capabilities.
See,
It's a tough call.
He didn't call stand,
No.
right? But I'm not sure if you keep running over the mark where you know it is. I don't think that's not the stand rule. You've run across the mark on purpose. That's wasting time. That's 50, and I reckon that's what he's paid. And if that's the way he's paid it, I think it's the correct decision.
So Dill Whitney to get one back here for Belfast. Still, they need it from 50 metres. Not a bad looking
Gee, that's
kick.
a
Come on the
good
man. Come on the moment.
Jeez.
5-7-37 to 8-8-56. We have gone 20 and a half minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
You know what? When in doubt, and when you need someone to kick a goal like that for you in this wind, in this situation, you always go back to your champions. And this bloke at Belpost Hill has been a champion, and I'm putting him up. I reckon he'll win the Whitley medal after that. No, that was just
It probably wasn't the right side of the ground to go to.
No, it wasn't,
Scoring, but it never looked like missing. It was a beautiful kick.
It was from a really, really good player. There's no doubt about that. Your good players kick them when needed.
And we've got to reckon another 7 or 8 minutes in this quarter. So Belpost still with some work to do. And they're going to come out of the centre once again. Whitney able to get the ball back towards centre wing for Mullen. He did that nicely. Protected the space, kicked the ball off the ground, only as far as Basley though. So he will load up and go long into their half-forward line. That's a great kick again. And it's marked by Wilson on the far side. So Wilson now goes quickly back towards the goal square. And that is a very, very good kick because Cozzy has just come at the ball and did not have to change stride. So he has 3 for the afternoon. Nick Costello can look at number 4 here. And this will stretch the margin, I wouldn't say to a comfortable position, but it's somewhere where they needed to be.
Somewhere where they need to be, exactly. Yes. You know what? It's a game of inches. You called Vermeulen did that nicely, but I think he had to hold on to it to do it even better than nicely. Because as soon as he's dropped it, the ball's gone bang, bang, bang. Look out.
So Costello, 15 metres out, chips at the ball, and that is also a very nice kick. So they now have their 9th. Belpost still their 9-8. They lead Belmont Lions on 5-7. 22 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter.
It's getting it out of the centre is the main thing. When you get it out of the centre of the wind, it's easy. When you get it out of the centre against it, you still got to battle hard. And as I say, Vermeulen did protect it with his body. He should have held on to it. He's just got to hold on to them. And I know it's hard, and he's been a good player, but to win games, finals, tough, hard finals, those little things just have to come off for you.
Make a difference.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like Anarchy in the third quarter, this quarter, last week, a couple of things didn't come off for them, and Belpost still were able to kick a couple against them. They could have went in at three-quarter time in front and didn't. And now Belmont could go in a couple of goals down, and if they're not careful, could go 5 goals down.
Correct there, Grub. So we're just back with the umpires in the middle of the ground now. So there's still some work to be done. I would think Belpost still, if they get one more, they'd be happy. I think the Lions will want to charge at them and get a couple themselves. So there's a free kick being given. This time going to...
Geez, they're getting a pretty good run with these frees.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what that was
I
for
couldn't
either.
find it either.
Was it a holding decision?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know why he didn't allow him to go because he was outside the contest. But anyway, that doesn't matter. He's brought the ball back now. Murdoch with ball in hand, centre of the ground. He's going to play on and go to the far side of the ground, out towards Evans. Bannister did that nicely there.
His leg might be bugging, but his arms are all right.
Yeah, that's what I said. On a testing run, I think that might pull him up. Little chip up over the top. Again, that was dangerous, but it had plenty of airtime. McNamara in some space by himself.
Didn't want to kick it too hard.
No. McNamara now delivers the ball, goes out wide. Wilson's in a perfect spot, takes the mark. Oh, he took
that's
the step
50.
through.
If you're going to be paying 50s for little things, that's 50.
Well, he did take a mark, but he did drop the ball, I think.
Did he? Oh, I thought he knocked it out.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think he put it down as he was approached.
Fair enough.
He looked like he was going to take off, to be honest. So Wilson's going to play on now, and he's going to run the little arc that he normally does on the left boot. He goes into their half-forward line, going back. Oh, that was nice. He done Sammy Quinn.
Sammy Quinn!
Yeah, that was an exceptional piece of work there. Plucked it in with one hand. So Quinn now with the ball on the half-back line for Belpost Hill. Goes back outside, goes looking for Jones. That's a nice kick also, because Jones has taken
that's 50, that one.
And that...
now, don't do something stupid and get it taken off you, boys. Nothing stupid. Take your 50 metres. Lucky Yatesy wasn't here. He might have done something silly.
He's got the blood rule anyway. He's got to go off anyway.
Yeah.
So
They're all yelling at Zane Jones. He must love to stick up for his teammates. They're all telling him to get out of the contest. So I don't want him to give it away.
that's what brothers are for, mate. So the ball's going to go to inside, nearly inside 50 here. So, and guess who's got the ball in hand? Caleb Basley. So
I'll tell you what.
He snuck across and grabbed that. Now, I suppose he's now in range here.
Well, that's why he snuck across and grabbed it, because he thinks that he can go pretty close.
There's another free kick going the other way now for a hole down the other end.
Oh, my God.
I think we've been too much of the AFL coming into this, brother.
Oh, come on, boys.
So the ball goes back out now, out towards Evans on the centre wing. Yates tries to make a contact, but a good mark there from Evans. He wants to play on now. He goes back into the middle of the ground. Dangerous looking kick, has to find Allett. Merrick's there, ball out the back for Shuren. Grabs the ball, gets around one, and takes his time now, and loads up. Goes back to the centre half forward position. Mark not taken front of the contest. Coming out, I thought that was Wilson going to come out with it. Did nicely to Flacavento. Has to find man. He's got some time and space, but the ball's got too much run on it. And over the boundary line it goes into the fence. About 5 metres around from the hind post. So we are almost 26 minutes in. It is Belpost Hill 9-8. They lead Belmont Lions 5-7.
Could have been dangerous, and I think Hootsman really had to hold on to that. He nearly did. He nearly did.
So ball back in now, 30 metres from Belpost Hill goal. Yates got it and then gave the handball away, and now it's it with Whitney. He kicked the last goal. He could he. When his star's got to... Dill Whitney is dragging his team into next week. 5-7-37, 10-8, 68. We have gone 27 minutes and the P&R Foods third quarter scoreboard.
Remember what I said 5 minutes ago when he kicked that last goal about champion kicking goals? Ditto. That's all I'm saying. Ditto. Well.
And
now they've probably got a league grub that you would think they could hold on to.
This is comfortable. This is now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to have that bit of space, and they're now 5 goals. They've got to kick 6 goals straight now, the Belmont Lions, to get themselves back in. But they have got just a little bit of time here. 27 minutes gone. So Merrick, ruck contest. Again, Hoosmar taps the ball out. Beasley emerges with it. Runs, carries, got the handball away. As far as Allett. He goes back on the right boot. From centre half forward. Looks up. Goes back to the goal square of Vashurin. Nicely done.
Good boy.
And he takes the mark. So he's... been able to stand up in a couple of games now, and he's done that very nicely. He goes out long, goes towards Merrick. The big fella's up, can't take the mark, can't finish it off. Yates is there to support him. Ball at ground level. Mitchell keeps it alive. Comes outside, went towards Vermeulen. Yates back there working hard. Free kick's going to be given, and it's going to go to Jack Yates.
You get those free kicks by where you put your body in line, and that's exactly what he did.
So Yates now just slowing things down. He's going to chip the ball out wide. The mark will be taken out there. Merrick has just pushed forward for him. So now decides he'll go that little bit longer, and down the line he goes once again. Out the back. Oh, Wilson had another good mark at that. He's gone back and collected it, picked the ball up, got the handball inside. McNamara pinched it though, went back the other way into the hands of Evans. So the Belmont Lions now back on centre wing with possession of the ball. McPherson short. He hasn't used him yet. And he's now decided he wants to go that little bit longer. So he goes out towards the half-back line. In front, Mark not taking that there, McNamara.
He might get a free kick for too high, Evans.
Was Evans. It's got one just a little bit too high there. Must have rocked the big fella because he's a little bit slow getting up.
Yeah.
So Evans right in front of the scoreboard, far side of the ground. I don't think he's too concerned about the scoring opportunities here. I think
No,
he's just
he's making
taking
sure
some time out of the
Belpost
clock.
don't get
Yep,
another
that's
crack
it.
at it.
A long ball goes into their forward line. Ball not taken in the air. Ball comes to ground. Picked up again. Belpost still with some numbers. Whitney gets the ball out the back. Missed his target. Went after it again. Had to put some pressure on. Oh, that might have been an infringement there. Umpire said yes, it was. And it's going to go to Brock Marnie, I think it is. He's going to be the recipient of the free kick. So this could be a timely kick at goal for the Lions.
This puts Belpost still back into the danger area, doesn't it?
Does that just that one goal makes a little bit of difference. But Brock Marnie, he is generally a good finisher of the ball. So from 20 metres out, almost directly in front, he steps up to the plate, kicks that goal, and he likes it.
He's missed it, hasn't he?
Oh, he was celebrating.
Gee, I didn't think the umpire went across too far then.
Yeah, but he signalled it straight away.
So it's 5-8 now to the Belmont Lions.
That's a shocking
10-8
miss.
to Belpost Hill. It's a 5-goal margin, and we have gone just on 30 minutes. PNR Foods, third quarter.
I'm glad I didn't put the marker on him because I was going to say Brock Marnie will kick this. And, gee, I tell you what, I think they thought he did too, but umpire straight away signalled it. And that's a terrible, terrible miss for them.
So Belpost Hill now, they probably want to go coast to coast if they can. They're going to try it. So he comes to harm in the middle of the ground. Now it might work out for him. They've got numbers every area of Belpost if they can get it out. The ball's gathered, kick forward now. It's Costello's got a one-on-one. Gets over the back. Norman's running past. Can Norman pick it up? He can't. Slorak's got to deal with two of them, and he's more than happy to see the ball over the line. Oh, and then there's going to be a free kick.
No,
it's not.
Surely not.
Oh, there is. He's going to the other non-officiating umpire has paid the free kick.
Jeez, the ball had gone out.
They're all just flopping for him now because they know they're getting paid.
Gee.
So undisciplinary from McNamara and Josh Norman. After they defended well, Slorak beat two of them. It was going out of bounds. It was going to be even the contest.
He held back, so he didn't have to be done for deliberate.
No, Norman.
And he'd done it brilliantly.
Check side from the boundary. Oh, how about that? It's straight through the middle.
Oh, no.
What a massive moment in this game. 5-8-38 to 11-8-74. And the buffer goes back to Belpost Hill.
Well, Joshy hasn't had his greatest day. He's had a couple of opportunities. He's played okay. But all of a sudden, he does something like that really lifts everybody's spirits. That was a magnificent goal. You know, that was almost as good a kick as his old man used to bowl Yorkers and short pace stuff. Almost as good. Almost as good. Almost as good as his mum reading the news on TV.
Well, they've kicked 8-1 in this quarter, the Belpost Hill side.
That's what we said at the start of the game, didn't it?
8 goals, 1. In the first quarter, they kicked 3-6. Couldn't
3-6.
find the mark. But today,
kick it
for the
straight.
third quarter, they've been able to find that. And now maybe another opportunity here if they get a clearance out of the middle of the ground. It's not going to come out easily. Brian's had the work done. Beasley put his head over the contest. So did Merrick. Merrick gets the ball out. Godwin got the ball back inside 50. If the mark here, they're another chance. But that's good work from Sheriff. He takes the mark and can relieve some pressure.
Is that a free?
Not quite. I'm not too sure.
No, I don't think so.
No. Not too sure. But ball now with Nick Sheriff. He plays on now.
Oh,
Kick was
no.
smothered. Ball needs to get outside to Jones if he can, but Norman can't get rid of the ball. He did well nicely to follow up his work there, both Sheriff and his teammate in Eddie.
Gee, mate, that mistakes this time in the back line. You've got to hold on and keep the score as it is.
Not at 32 minutes gone. Grub, you don't want to lose too much more in this time. So the ball from that ruck contest, ball goes out wide. Wilson, and the ball will be over the boundary line. And there will be a throw-in which will take place. Yeah, he says, you stay there, Merrick. I'll take the ruck contest. So another one here would be very dangerous, but Lions just need to hold this ball up. Yates takes it out of the contest. Handball's out the back, goes to Whitney. Needs to get the handball away. Went out to Costello. Costello puts boot to ball. Goes into the forward line. How will it fall? I think Casey took the possession of it. Mark not taken. Picked up, and his teammate Wilson has been forced over the boundary line.
If he didn't put his arms up, it would have fallen in the lap of Josh Norman.
I reckon so. So we have gone 33 minutes. It is 11 goals, 8 to Belpost Hill, 5-8 to the Belmont Lions.
But a few goals this quarter, so it will be a bit longer, but there won't be long to go. Belmont cannot afford to give Belpost Hill another goal here. Hootsma taps it straight down Cossey's throat. Cossey snaps and misses to the near side. 5-8-38 to 11-9-75. 33 minutes gone now. And it's going to be, they're just going to take their time and just play some possession football. It's a big margin, though, for Belmont to overcome.
It's gettable, mate. It's gettable. Don't worry about that.
Mitchell, Alexie's back, kicks down the line towards the boundary road side as the siren goes for three-quarter time. 5:8:38, Belmont Lions to 11:9:75. They lead. 34 minutes gone in that quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Goal kickers to the stage of the game for the Bellpost Hillside. 4 to Nick Costello, 1 each to Merrick, Jones, Norman, 2 to Dill Whitney, McNamara and Wilson. And for the Belmont Lions, they have got Beasley with 3, Wiley and McNamara with 1 goal each. So basically what they've done in 3 quarters, they've got to do themselves in the last quarter without Bellpost Hill scorings, which is a task in itself.
And more.
Yes, and we will take a short break, come back. Final quarter action is, again, not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. We really. It's just repeating their scores here at three-quarter time. Bellpost Hill with an 8-goal quarter have moved themselves to 11 goals, 9. They lead the Belmont Lions 5 goals, 8. They've kicked 38 points for the game, and to get in front, they need to kick 38 without Bellpost Hill scoring, Grub. Have they got it in them?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they got it in them all right. I thought for a lot of that quarter they actually played pretty well. They kicked 8 goals, Bellpost Hill, but they probably only come in inside 50, about 16 or 17. The ball was played a fair bit up the other end, and they kicked 2 goals against it. What they've got to be careful of is if they kick 2 goals against it, that's great. But if Bellpost Hill kick 1 or 2 against it, it might be good night, Irene. So they've got a full-out attack to kick these 5 or 6 or whatever goals they've got to kick. They've got to go attack, but they've still got to be careful not to get goals kicked against them because that could be the end of their day if they do. But, look, I reckon that the 2 coaches over there at Belmont, they'll be saying, let's not panic. If they can kick 8 goals, this wind ain't going to drop, but they've got to use it properly. And what did I say at the start of the game? You got to kick straight. Neither side kicked that straight in the first half, and it was close. And what did Belpost kick in that quarter? 8 goals, how many?
8 goals, 2.
You don't get much straighter than that. So, your first couple of goals, you can't afford to just kick 2 or 3 points first because the heads start to drop and you think, when are we going to kick our next goal? But they have got to get it out. They've got to go straight down the middle and kick goals and kick straight. And to do that, if they do that, they can win this game. They can play next week. Big ask, but I reckon they can. They've had a great year, and they played all right last week. I just reckon they're still in it. I don't know for how long. We'll give that a call as we go. But I reckon they're still in it, the Belmont Lions. And I would like to say, I didn't see Johnny Pope over there. He was trying to get to the footy today. He'd been pretty bloody crook, Johnny. And it's a real shame because he is one of the greats, the greatest blokes ever that I've met in the GDFL. So if you're struggling and not feeling well, Johnny, mate, I hope you get better soon. I hope we'll see you with a bit of luck if Belmont get through. We might even see you next week. And don't forget the dozen eggs that you still owe me. Get on your Popey, you're a champion, son.
Umpires are now waiting for players to get to their respective positions. It's amazing. I think Daniel Bannister's still out in the ground, but obviously he mightn't be as bad. It might be serious, but
when it was coming out, I saw Evans come up the ground and he jogged across the other side of the ground, and Bannister just ran 15 metres behind him. His leg isn't any good, I can promise you. It is no good, and I tell you what, he hasn't been that great. Evans hasn't won the game for him yet, so he's done a great job on one leg, and the big risk that Belpost still took may come off.
So it's now back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. Umpire goes up, ball comes down from Hootsmart, goes to the half-back line. Coming through, picked up there by Churkop, kicks the ball around the body, goes back towards Jones, got out the back, though, into the hands of Eddie of the Belmont Lions out wide. He finds Wiley, so he's got the ball in between centre wing and half forward. He decides to play on now, longer option. Kick was a bit of a floater coming off the boot. McNamara stood in front of the contest, picked up McPherson, over the top to Evans, wanted to go, got a little dribbler going forward towards Beasley, come out and attacked it nicely. Churkop picked the ball up, went back to Bannister off a step, kicks the ball high, heads out towards the boundary line. Mark, will it be taken? Yes, it will. Mitchell slides in and takes the mark for the Belmont Lions. So he plays on now and he goes long, back into their forward line. Mark required, ball gets out the back, and Whitney stayed on his feet, did that nicely, picks the ball up, goes outside the base. He got Yates further along the field, but Belpo still just slowing things down now. They've just been able to slow things down. Flacovetto's out the back if he wants to use him. Whitney still remains there, so he just floated in that same position, gets the ball, and
based to Whitney. How many times over the years has that happened?
I reckon it might happen a few or two more times too yet. Ball from Whitney now goes along the boundary line, goes looking for, will go out the back towards Jones. He's tackled, taken over the boundary line by Sheriff, and we will have a throw in. True centre wing, club room side of the ground. Be difficult playing one of those things on your nose, I reckon. Hey, not to be able to breathe. Ball goes out. Hootsmart takes it out of the ruck contest. Goes back towards centre wing. Nice
that's
work.
Courage by both boys.
Absolutely. Always completely on the ball, both players there. They did that very well.
I've liked Sean McNamara's game today. I thought he's been pretty good.
He seems to read and be able to find position very nicely. So the ball now thrown back in again. Ruck contest. Hootsmart just decides to belt it a bit further down the ground. Gets over the top. McNamara's there. Just needs to keep the ball in front of himself. We'll do that with McPherson trying to put him up over the boundary line. He's been able to achieve that. Another ball up or ball in will take place. Still clubroom side of the ground.
That's the benefit. Balbo still, they can just keep having repeat stoppages.
Yes, it won't worry them how long it goes when the ball doesn't move from this area. But it's thrown back in again. The umpire, this time Merrick, ball gets through the contest now. Murdoch ran onto it, couldn't take it. Whitney did though, put the boot to ball, now drives it out. This is going to be a race. Ball goes out wide, Mitchell and Bryans. They are in a foot race to the far side of the ground. Both players arrived. Mitchell went past it. Bryans picked the ball up, went inside to Jones, handballs further afield, went looking for Norman, got a bad bounce, went back, tapped it back towards his teammate, but unfortunately tapped it too far to the boundary line, and this has gone over. A throw-in will take place. Almost 3 minutes gone, final quarter, and scores remain at Belpo still 11 goals, 9. The Lions are 5-8.
The clock will start to come into it very soon. The margin they've got to make up. Could be a bridge too far. Still a long time to go. Comes down. Utsma got it down, and then it came to Cherkop, who sends it in the path of Belpost Hills. Attacking 50. Tackled was Wilson. Was it holding the ball? Was it holding the man?
He's going to play holding
Holding
the
the man. So Wilson now. He goes. He's got to have a dash, as he always does. He's got a man out wide if he wants him. He's going to go through the middle.
What's going on here? There's something beyond play.
Those two have been going on it for a while now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he set off.
Those two, it was Sheriff behind the ball. He was going to, and there's a sent off. So you could tell that was going. You could see that brewing because they were going at each other earlier on. It's Jones is going to be sent off. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that the one that's just come back from suspension?
Yes.
Gee, could be in trouble.
You can tell he's got a temper.
Funny thing is, it might be I don't know if it's a match review. Because I'm not sure whether the video would pick that up from there. It has? I don't.
So
give us a look at it, will you?
Because they had possession of the ball, it was going to be 50 metres, it is. So that's fair enough because they already had the ball going down Belmont. Wilson had the ball on centre wing. And now it's a 50-metre penalty, so it's going to go to Wilson. So not the time they need a yellow card. 5-8-38 to 11-9-75. Big margin at the moment. Wilson needs to start this quarter off well for Belmont. And the path, big fly from Evans. He got up high, then Bannister, handball over the top. Flacavento with the fist towards the boundary line, stays in, and then they'll be happy to see this over. They can act like they're trying to keep it in, but everyone knows that Luke Mann was heading to the boundary line there.
Can't see anything there.
Did either of you see what happened with the yellow card?
Doesn't look like to me there was much in it, but I can't see it too well, my eyes, but...
So, ball back in with 40 metres out from Belmont's goal. Coming through now. Allett trying to go with the ball. And Wilson, that was a throw, it was. He's trying to tap it up. He's trying to do the right thing. He just scooped it a bit. So, good call from the umpire on that occasion. The free kick's going to go to Dill Whitney. And they can just chip this ball around. Belmont have to man up here because they can take easy a minute, 2 minutes off the clock just by chipping it around. We're in the path of Merrick. Big fist by McNamara, and it goes out of bounds in front of us. So 5-8-38, 11-9-75. We've gone 6 minutes in this fourth quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Something's going to have to give you.
So umpire now restarts play. Throw in, goes long. Hoots Mara again, as he's done for most of the day. Just tries to belt the ball forward. That was nice work from Marnie. Got the ball toward McPherson. Runs the loop. Goes back on the right boot now. Long back into their forward line. Standing under the beast the ball. Ball gets out the back though. Who will pick it up? Marnie runs onto it. Got support there in Beasley. Ball runs back towards the boundary line. Flacavento not too far away. Barney got through the contest. Got the handball out to Beasley. Tried to get the ball further afield by hand. Picked up by Mann. He got the handball outside. Umpire's call for things to play on now. Ball, is it over the boundary line? Not too sure we are going to have.
Ball up, I think.
Although the umpire from the boundary is now heading around that direction, so she is going to take possession of it. A ball in, yes. So,
gee, that took a while.
Yes, couldn't work out which one was going to be played there. Bannister doing the ruck work, and he's up against Evans. Evans from the front ruck contest takes the ball out, gives by hand, goes to Wilson, round the body, left foot, back towards goal,
Missed
and across the face. Through for a minor score. The first score of the last quarter, a minor score. Belmont Lions to 5-9, and Belpost Hill 11-9, and 7 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Wishing Whitney played from two because I reckon he might have got it when the chips are down.
So it's going to be basically to kick out. Happy to take their time here, Belpost Hill, towards close to the boundary line. It's back in. Wilson gathered the ball, then lost it, then keeps it in. Oh, he couldn't do something special from there, could he? Kicks back in, finds Beasley. Well done from Josh Wilson. I reckon he's been out their best on the ground today from the Belmont Lions, and he kept the ball in and then had the composure not to blaze away and have a shot, but to look inboard and find his teammate in James Beasley. And he'll have a shot now from 40 metres out he approaches. To reduce his margin. Kick the first of the last quarter. Can't get any closer than that. 5-9, 39 to 11-9, 75. We've gone 8 minutes in this last quarter. Basically, we'll have the ball again now. So Wilson is going to man up Flacavento in the pocket, which they have to do.
Are these the things that are going to cost them?
Well,
Definitely.
yeah, you can't afford to do this.
Brock Marley up the other end, this one, they've got to kick them.
So down the line now. Everything's going to go perfect for Belmont now. Over the top, handball from Whitney. And now it ends up with Bryant. Down the line and then bouncing off the chest of Casey. Handball now might be the ruck, but it was, and then they found Norman. So Norman has it true centre wing. He's just going to wait for an option to present. They're happy to go back. Now he's got himself in a little bit of trouble, but he's smart enough to run away now and then fakes it out.
Run a long way.
Really, really well there, Josh Norman. Didn't take a bounce. Umpire said it was all right. Comes out to Allett. Allett's going to be clean. He finds Slorak, and Slorak has Wilson. He gets shut down quickly, and now handball over the top. Right, they find McPherson. He's going to dash through the middle of the ground. They've got to take the game on here. Now they find Evans, and then Beasley. If it gets over the top of Godwin, it does. Beasley goes to gather the ball and coming back the other way.
They mucked that up.
Beasley. Now handball inside. It was Sam Quinn was involved, and then Verschuren. Here goes Allett coming back the other way. It's a good contest at the moment. Who's going to break first? Handball back in. This is another opportunity for Beasley. He's got
Where's Tommy Bryant?
Here's an opportunity for Belmont. Comes to the tip of the goal square. It's offline. It's a bounce through. No. So, and Bannister looks in a lot of discomfort there. 5-10, 40 to 11-9-75. We have gone 10 minutes this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
If I'm Ash Whitney, he started off with Tom Bryant on Beasley at the start. Get him back on him now because he's running through the middle and he's going to be a danger if he hasn't got someone shadowing him. You know what I'm like, Smithy. I don't like tagging. Get Tom Bryant back on Beasley now.
So the ball from Bannister goes out long, outside 50. Mark not taken out there, comes to ground. Again, numbers over the contest. And it's going to be a ball up. I reckon I've got the Lions at 5-11 at the moment, too, Grubs. So not these.
Oh, no.
Point doesn't.
Not again with these two.
It doesn't matter right here at this stage.
Oh, no. Could it happen again?
If it closes up, we might have to have a look at it.
No.
So the ball from that ruck contest, again, not coming out of there. And it's, again, being held up. Again, Bell Post still content with running some time off the clock.
What if that happened again?
Oh, well,
Hey?
I'm just saying.
Hey? They took it off and give him the bell post again. There'd be riots in the streets of Belmont.
So the ball now thrown from that contest. Evans picks the ball up. He goes back in towards the full forward position in front. Mark not taken, but it ends up in the hands of Beasley. Off a step, goes out wide. Mark required. Yates in front, doesn't get the ball. Ball comes to ground. Whitney's picked up. The handball goes inside the Flacavento. Trying to step around one. Able to get boot to ball. Will it have the effect that he wants? He got towards Norman. He's tackled and held up. Umpire will come in once again. Ball up to take place. Jack Yates a little bit slow getting up out of that contest, but I can imagine he won't be standing there for too long.
No.
He'll be soldiering on to the next contest.
And he hopes he'll be soldiering on to next week.
So the ball now thrown up, and again, Merrick from the ruck contest tried to take it out. It was kicked off the ground. The ball went out wide, landed in the field of play. Yes, no.
No, bell post still kick.
It will be a free kick. Dill Whitney has travelled himself across there. And now he's pointing the other way now, is he? Oh, no, he's going to give it back to Sammy Harmer.
Yep.
That's all right. I didn't know whether it was the wrong boot or what it was, but Harmer now with the ball, centre wing, far side of the ground. And that breeze is pretty stiff out there, so he's kicking straight back into it. Ball wasn't great distance there. Ball hits the ground, picked up out there nicely by Flacavento. Got the handball inside the Verschuren, handed it back to Allett of the Belmont Lions. He goes back forward. Again, Mark not taken there by McDonald. He's got support there in Mitchell. He loads up and goes a little bit longer in the spot. Hoosma all by himself, and he can go back and kick for goal. Not too sure about his kicking prowess, but we're going to find out about it very shortly. So Hoosma from about 40 metres out directly in front. And this one does need to go through.
Oh, does it? Do you
so
think,
Noah
Smithy?
Hoosma comes up, steps up to the plate, and can he deliver? I think he has
missed it
again.
And I'll tell you why. Because he ran too close to the man on the mark.
So I've got the Lions now at 5-12. They trail Belpost Hill on 11 goals, 9. We have gone 12 and a half minutes. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
So they're going to go out wide and then down the line. Zane Jones has the ball now. So Zane Jones has it. He's going to go to true centre wing. He has got Costello there. If it gets over the back, it doesn't. And they're happy to see the ball over the boundary line. Yates keeps it in. And then he's going to be pinged there. He's not.
They never put that point up either. They never put that point up on the scoreboard either.
So they're 2 points off now. At the moment, it's not going to matter because Belpo's still well in control of this game. Up again now. You're just wondering if it's going to be a surge of momentum from Belmont. They just need a goal to get them started. Allett, he wins the ball on centre wing, gets it out, now dispossessed. Involved, there's Yates as well from Belpo, still on McPherson. He slips over, then he wins his own ball back. That was well done for McPherson, but gets tackled, and we'll have another stoppage in front of us in the broadcast position. So 5, 10, 40 to 11, 9, 75.
Well, we don't think it is that.
And we think it's actually 5-12. So they've had history about these two teams. Comes out to Harmer. He's just going to keep the ball. That was professionally done. He's happy to see the ball over the boundary line, and he does.
Picked a terrible time to need to go to the toilet.
Well, you got to go, Grub. There's a big bin beside you.
So 35 points of margin. We've gone nearly 14 minutes in this quarter. In the last one, it's a tense game so far, but Belpo's still well in control. Harmer in and under there. He can create stoppages, and he creates another one there. So just forward of centre wing. Belmont's way. Belpo's still way, sorry. They just wait for the ball to come up. Does now. So Merrick in the ruck. Down, coming through, Beasley kicks the ball forward. He said, got to take this opportunity here. Eddie has the ball, one-on-one. Oh, beautifully played. That was so good from the Valpo Steel defence. I think it was Bowie McNamara.
Yep.
That's all he has to do. Great stoppage after stoppage. We're in the centre of the ground now. Got another ball up. We're up again now. Hand down. Comes out to Harmer. Harmer. Handball wide and then towards the boundary. We all know where he's going. He's probably more than happy to see it out. Jones, he then professionally keeps it in, and he kept handballing it to himself. Everyone knew he wanted the stoppage. He eventually gets it. So well done from Zane Jones. And yeah, will his brother come back on at all?
Well, he's got 15 minutes, so I can't remember what time he went off, mate. So
ball back in now. Down. Merrick, and then Harmer tries to get the stoppage there. He does, and then it comes out to Merrick again, and then up and under kick it was from Vermeulen, it might have been, and then handball back in. Now on the ground trying to get the ball out was Basley, and then Allett and Godwin combined. Godwin's been a bit quieter than usual today. And we'll have another stoppage in front of us. And this is perfectly, exactly how Valpo still want to play the game. So we're 5-12 within 42 to 11, 9, 75. 16 minutes gone in the last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
ball back in the air now, and Dane Merrick, and the numbers around the contest picked up out there by Thompson. He was tackled, brought to ground by Yates. He'll never question this bloke's desperation to keep the ball alive. So Yates now on centre wing. Or
no
just
one ever has, I don't think.
And he is now just taking a little bit of time off that clock. He decides to play on now, and he kicks longer down the boundary line side. Back went down. Flacabento tried to take it. Sheriff was behind the contest. He couldn't get clean possession. Ball's gone back over the boundary line. Another throw will take place. Something must happen, and very quickly for the Lions, and in quick succession. The ball is thrown up and out. Ball out the back goes towards Churkop. He can't take it cleanly. Boot the ball. Goes forward. Godwin couldn't take the mark. Picked up by Eddie. That was nice and clean. Running player is Beasley. He gets the ball outside. Goes into their forward line. Evans, did he take the mark? Umpire said yes, he did. And he will go back, the big fella, and look at his first goal for the afternoon. Not going to say anything here, Grub.
Me either.
I'm going to say he's going to kick it.
Benny Evans, yeah, but as long as it goes straight. Evans comes in, kicks that goal, and he is offline once again.
They're kicking themselves out of it now.
Yep. They've kicked 5 behinds in this quarter. Well, there's been 5 behinds recorded. They move now to 5-13. They trail Belpo still on 11 goals, 9. That point hasn't gone up either, as yet.
What's going on?
Oh, they've lost the plot.
What's going on? Who does the scoreboard?
Ball's come into the back pocket, and Bannister has got the ball in the back pocket, kicks along the boundary line, goes outside 50. Who's marked? Can't take the mark. Ball at ground level, picked up Mitchell, handballs or tries to handball over the top, and it's going to be another ball in on the far side of the ground.
Still a good crowd out here today. Not as big as yesterday, but Could have seen the locals get down to St Albans Park.
Too many weeks to go here. Another couple of weeks.
The weather's held up for us as well. It hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, look,
except for the
it was
wind.
supposed to be showers, you're right, mate. So we've been blessed in that sense. But again, if the wind would go away, I'd be even happier. But the ball now from that contest, Evans tried to get it on the overlap, couldn't do so. Belpost Hill picked the ball up, run the ball along the boundary line, ends up in the hands of Whitney. He tried to get the handball away, couldn't do so. Ball over the boundary line. Umpire said, let's have a throw in again, far side of the ground. So every second that ticks by is now making it harder and harder because, as I said, they needed to score the same as they'd score for 3 quarters in the quarter. They've had a pepper in the goals, but can't find the big sticks. Picked up out there. Whitney again. Handballs goes through to Harmer. And a ball again back over the boundary line. And it's another throw-in which will take place
And the reason
a little bit further down the ground.
The reason it's an issue, if we have a grand final, a couple of points makes a difference. Imagine the uproar.
We've gone to 11, 12, and I reckon one more they need to go, but that's all right. That's a little bit closer, but not correct at this stage. But the ball now kicked off the ground. Well, I'm not saying it's not correct, but ball now back in the hands. Godwin emerges with the handball, goes back outside towards Chirkop. He can't pick the ball up. He keeps running the ball along the boundary line, so he's been able to maintain a little bit of possession. And it goes out wide now and back over the boundary line. Flacavento is going to see it there. And we're going to have another ball in. So we've gone nearly almost 20 minutes in the final quarter. And again, I reckon there's still a point behind there.
I told them 5-13.
That's all right. They've got 5-12, but 11 goals, 9 to Belpost Hill. Morris Finance final call scoreboard.
Well, the way the game's going, it's not going to matter, but still got to get it right.
So
They're still a point short.
I think it was also in the ruck was man. Now Mitchell has the ball, true centre wing for Belmont. He's going to send him forward. They've got to take their opportunities here. It's in the path to McPherson. He's a pretty good shot if he can get the mark. He can't take it. Coming through was McNamara. Sees it towards the boundary line. They've got a player there, so they're more than happy to see that go over, and it's going to be...
Gee, they reckon it was on the forward, boys, but the boundary umpire says no.
They were appealing for deliberate grub.
Were they?
Yeah. That one probably was. Knowing back, had no other intention there.
Because he had a teammate there, I can understand why they didn't pay it. We're back in now, 65 metres out from the Belmont goal. They need it. Kick the next goal. They need it quickly. Now Allett goes forward. McPherson's there and Evans is there going back with the flight. Here's the McPherson moment. Can he kick the goal? No. Ball ends up over the boundary line. We'll have a ball in 10 metres out from the Belmont goal, and they just cannot kick a goal to save their lives at the moment.
Almost an infringement in the air then, did you think?
Could have been.
Against, was it Wilson going up there, was it?
McNamara coming back.
McNamara, yeah.
With the flight.
So back in now. Asta in the ruck. Interesting decision with his dodgy hamstring. Now we have a shot towards goal, and it's another behind. So 5-13. We think it's 5-14. 44 to 11-9-75. 21 minutes gone in this last quarter, and we basically take the kick in.
They haven't done it again.
What?
So ball out wide down the path of Yates. Great kick.
Haven't they?
So they missed another point, a scoreboard. Luckily, it's not.
There it goes. There it's up now.
Luckily, you don't think it's going to matter, but it still should be right anyway. So now kick towards True Center wing and nearly uncontested went up. I think he was waiting for the contact. Was Wilson. Ball comes out now. Sheriff doing a bit of everything today. Comes back out. Captain and now Allett back inside now. So kick the ball forward is Sheriff. He goes on the path and then the mark was dropped going back with a flight. It's going to be a stoppage. 40 metres out. You're running out of time here, Belmont. 5-13, 43 to 11-9-75. We've got 22 minutes in this last quarter for you by Morris Finance.
I don't think they are running out of time. I think they are out of time.
So the ball, from that ruck contest. And again, Bashurin had it, was held up there. And it was McDonald that put the tackle on. Umpires got the ball back in hand again. Thrown back up in the air. Again, Evans takes the ruck contest. And again, the big fella's tried to back out of there, but he's got players everywhere around him. Probably takes 2 to hold him up at this stage of the game. Good work again. Ruckman up. Taps the ball forward to the contest. Gets out the back. Flacavento picked the ball up. His game's also been handy this afternoon. Back outside of Assurin. He gets the ball in front of himself. Left it behind in the last bit. Went back and picked the ball up. Goes outside to McDonald again. And Belmont line, they just can't get the ball clear as they'd like to.
There's just so many of those kids that I've watched play during the year that have played really good footy, just haven't played as well as they have through the year today.
So again, ruck contest. This time that's cleared the pack. Ball picked up there. Sammy Quinn got the handball outside.
throw,
Only as far as Wilson. He drives the ball long.
Well, what about the advantage?
There's no advantage.
What about the advantage?
He's going to call for it back.
Wonder what happens if it's a goal.
I don't think so.
Come back as well.
I think he'd already set for the mark. Grubby has already turned himself around.
No.
So isn't it if the ball stops?
Which it didn't.
So it didn't. So
Which it didn't. He went bang straight away. If it's a goal, they'd be really not happy.
So McDonald, this time a left footer. He's on the right side of the ground, and he will need to kick this every bit of 55. So McDonald for the Belmont Lions to spark some sort of life in this contest. Kicks long towards goal. He's going to be offline also, and it's through for a minor score once again. So that now moves the Lions to 5-15, and they trail Belcoast Hill on 11 goals, 9. 24 minutes gone, final quarter, Morris Finance scoreboard.
So short in the pocket now. Flacavento has it. He's going to go down the line looking for Merrick. His ruckman, couple of fly. Probably spoiled each other in the end. Allett, they've got to find a target here. In the path of Evans is there as he can get it. McPherson's there. They're going to handball back. Bannister kicks. It's going to be okay to find Whitney. He does. So Whitney can take his time now. I'm surprised. Bannister's played pretty well with that hamstring as well, as we've mentioned.
I reckon if he could move in the goal square, he'd be happy. That's about as far as he wants to go.
Yeah.
So down the line now towards the boundary road side. Here's Eddie. He's usually a good kick. Can he find a target? Looking for Wiley. He might have been infringed on. Umpire says play on. Sammy Quinn goes to ground. Now grabbing the ball out. That was silky the way he grabbed that. Then got it out to Bryans. And then a scrubby kick forward. We're at the 50 line now. A couple of players jump on it. You can throw a blanket over 15 at the moment. The umpire says, give it to me.
Here's his brains there, Sammy Quinn. I think everybody thought he was just going to keep it in, lock it in, and he sort of, nope, going to grab it out, and no one was there to stop him.
So 50 metres out from the Belmont goal. It's probably a bridge too far at the moment. 25 gone. So it comes through. Godwin, good tackle. And tell you what, speaking to pundits here today, not too many people thought this would be the result. Don't know about you, Grub.
What?
Not too many people thought that they'd get over the line today, Belpost Hill.
I tipped them.
You did. You know a bit more than us. They go forward. Now coming through. Opportunity for Wilson. Gets wrapped up, and it's going to be a high tackle. So this is their opportunity, Belmont.
26 minute mark, mate. I think their opportunities gone past them, I think.
The opportunity.
You live in hope. That's all you can do.
Kick their first goal of the last quarter. Is that right? He does.
Oh, he only just snuck that in too, I reckon.
He just did. So 6-15-51 now. So 11-9-75. Probably a consolation goal for Josh Wilson. I think he's been pretty good, though, today. We have gone 26 minutes in this last quarter. Brought to you by brought to you by Morris Finance.
21 scoring shot to 20. And the 20 are in front. So that's a late goal for them. What can they do from here? As I said, they need to get 5 in about 5 minutes to win this game of football. I've seen funnier things happen, but just can't see the way the game's going at the present time where they can do it. The ball back in the middle of the ground. They're going to get a clearance here. Allett runs onto the ball, gets a handball inside to Evans. Wanted to go, ran into his own teammate in the end. Ball goes outside by hand, out towards Steele. He's tackled, brought to ground. Bellpost Hill again able to tie things up. So the ball again this time through the ruck contest comes outside. Bellpost Hill pick it up through Casey. He just delivers the ball down the field. Norman came out, couldn't take the mark. Cherkop trapped it. Wants to get the handball out, or he fed it out towards Casey. Went back himself and tried to collect it again. They've been able to keep it in that area and done that pretty nicely until a tackle has been laid, and there is going to be a ball up again. This time Wilson emerges with the ball. Throw up again very quickly by the umpire. Hoosmar just tries to belt it down the field. Coming across the pack. was Whitney, picked up by Wilson, though. Kicks the ball only about 10 metres further down the ground. Jones picks the ball up, puts it out in front of himself. He'll do what he did last time. Basically said, just let me pick the ball up. You provide the space for me. He does pick the ball up, has Beasley right in his hammer. Smart with the boot, goes down the forward line. Coming back to steal. Needs to trap it, couldn't do so. Over the top, Wilson. Now Whitney. Ball gets out the back. Allett has the ball. Runs through the contest. Lost it in coming through. Umpire says incorrect disposal. Dill Whitney, recipient. He's got Casey further down the field if he wants to use him. He's seen him now and goes quickly. That's a nice kick straight into the hands of Casey. Made position very early there. So Casey now a little bit longer down into their forward line, just going along the boundary
had
line.
enough for the day.
Ball comes out. Costello picks the ball up, screws it round the body, back to where it's dangerous. Flaccavento, I think it is in front. No, it's not. I reckon it's Big Merrick again. And he's taken the mark and can slow things right down here, take his 30 seconds. And this will definitely finish off the game. Where are we off to tonight, Grub?
Big grandson's 10th or 11th, whatever it is. Laser tag.
Laser tag for Grubby this afternoon. Wherever he wants to go down and blast him with a few, what do they call, paintballs, whatever they have? Lasers?
Lasers, not high laser tag, not paintballs.
Oh, that's it. So Merrick steps into the plate and he has kicked another goal. 2 for the day. I don't reckon he would have got too many of them in the course of the season. Belpost Hill now 12-9. They lead the Belmont Lions on 6:15 and almost 29 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard. You want to give me 3-2-1 on the road or what? Righto.
I just kept the goal.
Righto.
So bring the ball back to the middle now. Gone over 30 minutes in this last quarter. It's been a comprehensive performance from Belpost Hill. Belmont will have to pack their bags. So up now, over the top from Hootsma, into the path of Evans. He gets the ball forward. McPherson running after it. Beasley's there as well. Gets out of Beasley's hands and then he traps it now. He's going to send them forward. Up and under kick. Godwin's there if he can get there, but a great fist coming the other way. That's what you love to see if you're a Belpost Hill coach. 2 players coming hard at the ball. And Bowie McNamara saw that over the boundary line. So 45 metres out now from the Belmont goal, and back in now. Evans in the ruck, grabs it, tries to get the ball forward, couldn't quite, and then Bannister picks up the ball and he's happy for another stoppage. So 40 metres out now. 6:15, 51 to 12:9, 81. Back up, Wilson's there. He gets tackled straight away and we'll have another stoppage. So we've gone 31 in the last 31 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
So we said ball is in the attacking zone. It's tapped out nicely, went towards McPherson, but comes out of the contest. Vashurin picks the ball up. He puts boot to ball, tries to get the ball back outside 50. Good spoil from behind. Goes back towards Vermeulen, runs through the contest, try to get through. Couldn't get through the other side. And again, he didn't have any prior opportunity to get rid of the ball, but Belpost Hill have been relentless in their tackling and been able to hold them up, not let the ball outside the contest. So it's a ball up again, 40 from goal. Evans takes it out of the ruck contest, kicks back towards goal. I tell you what, that wasn't a bad effort off a step, and he is just offline through for another minor score. So that's a little fill up for their side. They're 6:16 now, 12-9 to Belpost Hill, and the 31 minutes passed. So as I said, there couldn't be too much left in this game of football. Godwin now is going to be the player kicking in from that fullback position. He comes out wide. Whitney's up and takes the mark. Used Jones to the stepping bird there. Wants to go back inside. 2 players in there. Sammy Harmer and also Norman has the ball. They can come back outside of Vashurin if they want to. Whitney's also there in support. So Vashurin, he does take the mark. Player comes off it, goes back to his brother. And he now takes the mark inside 50 or inside their defensive end. He's just going to chip the ball backwards now. They can play this game for as much as they like now. If they're not going to man up, they'll continue to do it. So Vashurin doesn't have to deliver the ball any further because Belpost Hill have won the game. They have kicked 12-9, 81 to 6, 16, 52. goal kickers for the day. Beasley with 3 for the Belmont Lions, 1 each to Wilson, Wiley and McNamara. And for the Bellpost Hill side, we have 4 to Nick Costello, 2 to Liam Merrick, 2 to Dill Whitney, 1 each to Jones, Norman, McNamara and Wilson. And they will now proceed to go into the preliminary final, and we'll take on East Geelong next week. And for Belmont Lions, they can sit back now and enjoy the rest of the season off because their season is done and dusted. You're going to take a short break, come back shortly. You're listening to 4.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back. As we said, the game was, in the end, we had 22 scoring shots from the Belmont Lions to 21 Bellpost Hill, but they were able to win by just on a margin of close to 30 points, Bellpost Hill. They did a lot of good work in that third quarter where they were able to kick 8 goals too, and that really set them up. Belmont Lions in the other extreme, they've kicked 8 goals, 1 in the last quarter, but it was 8 points, not 8 goals. So 1 goal 8, I should have said. That's the way I should have put it. But definitely had opportunities to kick goals, missing just by small margins. Hit the post, I think, on 1 or 2 occasions. So their things just, I think, probably needed things to go their way, and those little things need to be changed. But they say in football, if you kick well, you'll win most games of football, and that's what they were able to do this afternoon. Again, it's the windy conditions. We're just part and parcel of our days out here. So it's very interesting to see, again, progressing forward, what the weather can do and how it will all hold up. So it's very interesting.
Exactly right, Smithy. Obviously, bad kicking is bad football, and no, I think they left it all a little bit too late. I don't think it was actually won or lost in that last quarter. I think it was the rest of the game. Bellpost Hill just outplayed them. When they locked them down when they were against the wind, I think they did really well there and nullified their effect. And I think they kicked more goals against the wind as well, and they took their opportunities more. I thought out of the middle, they won the midfield contest all day, and I thought their backs really stood up. And it probably just shows the experience that some of their more senior players have and how invaluable that is when it gets to finals time. So, it was a comprehensive performance from Bellpost Hill today, and they'll progress. And unfortunately for Belmont, their season's over.
Yeah.
And they lost the grand final last year. This year they went out straight sets, which no one ever wants to do. But they'll take a lot away from the performance and the year as well. And they were some people's tip for the premiership at some stages. So they did pretty well over the year. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because they ended up losing the finals. So, but a comprehensive performance for Belpo still today.
It's another day where you sit back and you look at players over the course of the game. They had bits and pieces where they really got themselves involved in it, but then didn't have much outside of that. So again, sitting back and doing votes today, I find it really, really hard to do. Like blokes like Braden Eddy was very good for the Lions. I think through the half-back line provides pretty run. Mitchell was good. I thought Beasley was really good with his got 3 goals. His hard work through the middle of the ground. Wilson was another player.
I reckon Wilson.
He was really good.
Yeah.
He's just a bloke that loves to get and carry the ball. He loves to. Most left footers, they run that little bit of an arc when they get the ball, and that's what he loves to do. Yeah. And you look at the other side of things, and you look at guys like Nick Flacavento down back, Bo McNamara, not flashy players, but they just know what they need to do, and they get the job done pretty well. And to give him credit, Daniel Bannister, I believe before half-time, I thought he was shot because he didn't look like he was travelling that well. Now, I'm not too sure what state his string's at or where it's at.
Can you play him next week? Or?
Well, I don't know whether they're going to have too many options. They're starting to run out of soldiers. As I said, Timmy Barton may be a chance to come back next week. And I'm not too sure what other players they could consider to come back into the side. There's a young kid called Casey, and I can't think of his name. He played early in the season.
Well, unless you do some...
He gives a little bit of height to the Belpost Hill side.
Yeah, because you need someone with height, because they've also got another kid in the reserves, I know, Tyler Edwards. And he played earlier in the year, and he was pretty good as well, but he's not the same type of player as Daniel
So
Bannister.
that's what I'm saying. To replace a like for a like, it is very hard to see what they can do because, as I said, they need to, obviously that'll be a key factor when they go forward and over the summer months to try and get some height, a little bit more height back into their side. But until they get them, they've just got to work with what they've got. Now, when you get conditions like today, I'm not saying that the big man is vital, because if you can bring the ball, get someone that can contest and bring the ball to the ground, and then you've got the fleet of foot, and that can also work for you. And that's pretty much what happened today because, as I said, they had no Jimmy Barton. It was like North Geelong yesterday. They don't have a Blake Miller up forward. They rely on, as they said after the game, Tommy Swenson said that, that skelter baller that comes in low, quick, doesn't matter. It just happens to bounce their way. They got the runners coming in. They pick the ball up and they clean up and they were able to score goals. So, look, as I said, I think the Belmont Lions disappointed with where they finished, what they were able to do, the side they were able to put out. Now, did those players that had the injuries during the course of the season, did it take its toll towards the end with the bigger field, the playing and, the finals football pressure? Or was it just one of those days where, again, you put it in the back of your mind and think, well, we tried everything we could, nothing worked for us, and we'll just have to settle up again for next year?
Just on that, it's a game of millimetres, isn't it? We all know that, but... Like last week, they get in front. Michael Murdoch puts them in front in the last quarter with 2-3 minutes to go in a qualifying final, which would have seen them go through, right?
Yep.
To play yesterday, and they'd still be in it, right? Goes down the other end. North Geelong ended up winning the game, right? And then they lose, this game. So it's just so another world.
Does something like that play in your mind? Do you think?
100%. That they would have been thinking that we were that close to nearly going through the game to last week, nearly winning that one and going through the qualifying final.
Yep.
Because they lost that, and now they feel like the Belpo still. They're like, we got nothing to lose. But they did have something. They lost their opportunity last week. So no, it's interesting, and obviously they'll learn from it. But you'd be feeling pretty hard done by. Because you were right there to beating the best side in the comp. I think we all agree, North Geelong, and then you've got knocked out by both of us too. So,
yeah, so it is. It's as I said, it's not the way you want to finish a season. As I said, when you have a chance to play finals football, as I said, these chances don't come around too often. No. You've got to make the most of them. They've had a couple of goes at it now, and whether they can go back now and go back to the drawing board and reinvent themselves over the summit. That's what they've got to obviously do, and obviously add a few more to their list. But I think Belpost Hill, again, they've done things. They play a Belpost Hill brand of football. They don't panic. They don't go away from the style they play, and they finish the game pretty well. Mate, we're going to try and draw some votes because I found this very hard again today. I really struggled with it. I know Grubby said he's given his votes to Dill Whitney and for 3, but he don't think he gave a 2 and a 1. And I'm really struggling to find good players that I think that played for quarters. I know that effort, if you're playing for effort, I could name quite a few, but I'm going to say that I'm going to give one vote to Brad Mitchell. Thought he was really, really good. Today he played a really good role for the Belmont Lions. He's not only used as a kicking in duties, but he gets up the ground and he plays pretty well. I think next to Sallow, I'm going to give him votes only because he ended up kicking 4, and I think they were valuable at the time he needed to kick them. And it played a really important part in him being able to, or Belpost Hill winning the game of football. As I said, normally Nick Costello with 4 goals, you probably wouldn't consider it, but I think in a finals game, I think it's worthwhile. And I think probably when you look at it, Dill Whitney was probably one of the blokes that actually played a pretty consistent brand of football over 4 quarters of football, and to finish off with a couple of goals also. I again agree with Grubby that he may have been the best player for the Belpost Hill side and best player on the ground.
Definitely. I also found it very difficult to give votes. I gave 1 to Josh Wilson. I thought he was the best player on Belmont side by far. I thought the amount of times that he was winning the ball inside and then he was also on the outside as well, and he loves to take a bounce. I'd love to see his metres gained, and his disposal efficiency as well was really good. So I thought he was definitely their best player. I thought Caleb Basley, I gave 2 votes. I thought he was strong from down back. And it's not just what he does with the football, it's also he's the general down there. He tells people where to run. He also does something that a lot of players could take note of, is he kicks it where he wants the player to lead, not where the player is. So his kicks always hit the right target because he kicks it where he wants the player to go and his teammates. So I gave him 2 votes. 3 votes to Dill Whitney. I thought he was just a comprehensive performance. Obviously, there was a couple of goals. But when the game was there to be won, he was the one standing up, and such a smart footballer as well. Obviously, experience is everything in finals. It's invaluable, and that's one thing that Belmont are going to get out of it as well, is they're going to get more experience in finals. By having these losses, and obviously it doesn't just mean because you made it this year you're going to make it next year. But no, I think when it came down to it, I thought that Dill Whitney just showed that why he's a class above.
So Dill Whitney will be awarded the best player on the ground from us here this afternoon. So with 2 weeks to go, we have a pretty important game, obviously, for East Geelong next week. They've been here 5 times. They haven't been able to get themselves across the line. Belpost Hill, as we know, have got a fairly decent record here this afternoon, but will they have the soldiers to be able to put up to get them over the line? That's going to be the question, but we're looking forward to coming back here next Saturday afternoon at 1:15, and then hopefully go through the day and get some really quality football and some nice conditions to go with it. But again, to Tyler and to Brad out there, I know, as he said, he doesn't grizzle too much. Not too much anyway. But as I said, to the viewers, to the listeners that put up with our voices on here every week, we really appreciate that you do listen in, and we hope we are doing the best we possibly can. So, and hope to have you all again here next week. So, from us here this afternoon, it's goodbye, and as I said, hope to see you all back here next Saturday afternoon. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.